Hello. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Oyoyo Saturday live stream. Welcome to Oyoyo Saturday live. I just noticed I didn't take up all these awards here. Give me a second. Yeah, I need to take them out. Yeah. All right. I know you'll be wondering why I'm taking that. I usually do that before, but for some reason I forgot. Thank you for joining me on today's live. I don't know if I like this, my lightning, but anyways, how are you all doing? How has your Saturday been? It's good morning for me from this side of the world. And welcome to my live stream. Thank you for joining me today. As you come in, don't forget to like this live stream. Don't forget to share. And don't forget to invite your friends to join in the conversation, okay? All right, my sound is checked. I can hear myself very loud and clear. How are you doing? How is your Saturday going? We are just waking up. I know I'm quite late today. Yeah, I needed to relax a little more, sleeping more. It's Saturday. I mean, what could go wrong when you don't have a lot of things, to do? Welcome to my live stream. Thank you for being here. Thank you, amazing people. So come on in. Let's discuss. Come on in. Let's have this conversation on Korra Obidi and Justin Dean. So if you're a fan of Korra Obidi, get in here. If you're a fan of Justin, get in here. Let's discuss this whole thing because Justin, as of the video I watched yesterday, I saw of him, he was gathering evidences to use against Korra in the court. And on Korra's part, Korra has secured two attorneys, okay? So she has two representation from two law firms representing her in the case. One, I believe, will be against the criminal charges, which you have to lay, in terms of all those things. He's talking about the children and all of that. And if possible, any civil charges that will come afterwards. So, Korra Obidi is getting ready, and Justin Dean has gathered all the evidence. He has put videos together, clips together, statements from Korra, words from Korra together that he's going to use against Korra in this court. According to Justin Dean, he said this case is going to be a slam dunk. So if you know slam dunk what it means, then you understand that from his own side, he's getting ready. So we're going to be sharing some of the things that Justin outlined that he's going to use in the court against Korra. We're going to talk about those, but I need us to understand one thing as we talk about that. If you take just one sentence from a whole paragraph, you're losing the content of the whole story. So he's playing clips that suit the narrative he was trying to explain to his audience. But that clips might just be more than a clip. There might be a whole statement that will make the whole conversation, which is omitted in what he was sharing and what he was gathering. However, I am happy that at least they're talking about legal. So that means they're going to take all this buhaha out of social media and take the whole story at the right place, which will be the court. That is the right place to discuss divorce and divorce related cases. All right. So when I looked at Justin this morning, I kind of feel very sorry for him, and at the same time not feel sorry for him. So I'm gonna explain myself. I feel sorry for him because he did not understand that you cannot wage a war against the world and win. That's you're single-handedly fighting the whole globe. You can't win in such war. And again, I feel sorry for him that he relied solely on a bunch of women that he has no affiliation with, no relationship with, nothing. For the fact that they met you on social media, he relied so much on them to help him wage a war against a woman who was called sweetheart. That's why I feel sorry for him. And again, another thing I'm feeling sorry for him is that he brought all of this to social media because he knew that that's where Kora will get hurt so badly if the reputation image is destroyed, not knowing that it could also backfire on him. So I feel sorry for him for all the things he overlooked when he was embracing all the journey he embraced for the past 2 years. We're going to be discussing all of that. And why am I not feeling sorry for him? There is this saying, he who bring an ant-infested firewood, you understand? You brought the whole thing on yourself. That's why I'm not feeling very sorry for him. I feel sorry for him for relying on all of this, thinking they were the best source of solving his problem. And at the same time, he brought this whole thing happening on him to himself. I've said on my page here and on my channel on YouTube, you should not bring your personal problems to social media. That's not the place to settle it. I've said it numerous times, but people don't get to get it. Maybe because I'm a very small YouTuber or still small on Facebook, people are not getting the messages I'm passing out here. And I'm saying it again. If you have a personal problem, okay, that personal problem, your personal private problem, your family, your children, your wife, whether your husband, whether ex or not, if you have those kind of problems, or your problems with your parents, you understand, your family, if you have those kind of problems, do not think that bringing it to social media is going to win you the award. Never. It's going to drown you. It's going to cause you a lot of anxiety. It's going to cause you a lot of sleepless nights, because you know what? Those people watching you, hearing you, they don't know you. They don't care. They don't give 2 cents about you. All they know, they are reacting on what you're showing based on their mood at the time. So if they are frustrated from work, for example, and they turn on their social media to get relief, and you're there, you're yapping, yap, 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 they will just come and give you buzz boost and move on. They don't even watch the next clip that you're posting. And if somebody is giving them trouble, if the weight of the world is upon them, they come on social media to relieve their stress. And if you happen to be the person that they flip to their page, maybe YouTube, Facebook, Instagram suggested your page at their worst moment, you're not going to get a favorable comment. So when you realize that those coming to social media also use looking for a way to get relief, and you're putting your stuff out there, putting your personal problems out there, don't think the world revolves around you. Never. The world has over 6 point something billion people in the world. So don't think it's just you that everybody will be cheering. No, the world will cheer for whoever they want to cheer for. They're going to cast out whoever they want to cast out, depending on their mood when they flip to your channel or your page. So let it be another case that we are going to take home today. If you have a family problem, very personal problems, do not bring it here on social media thinking you're going to win the war. Never. It might suit you for a while, especially when the bloggers are giving you all the claps, the cheer. I tell you, after a while, it starts turning sour, because people will get tired of it. That what is even wrong with this dude? What is even wrong with this chick? Is she not getting it? People will get tired of hearing the same story, and before you know it, you become a broken record. And this world we are in now, this internet age, they move at a very fast pace. They are not waiting for anybody. So never you bring your personal problem on social media, because you know what? Maybe 1 year down the line, you'll be crying like Mr. Korra Obidi. Or maybe 2 years down the line, you'll be crying like Mr. Korra Obidi. And why am I saying that's the part I really don't feel sorry for him? Because he brought this on social media. I am divorcing Kora. Kora's family called him to take that statement off social media. Let them settle off social media. Eventually, he apologized to the family, including Korra Obidi. After apologizing, people thought it was going to be over. No, it was never over. He never pulled the story out of social media because he saw the way the moral Nigerians, okay, I'm going to use Nigeria because that's where Kora came from. The so moral Nigerians were against Kora. So he felt, yes, I'm going to get her from this. She's going to run inside. She's going to run into her shell. After all, I brought her to this country. I encouraged her to wake up her music career. I did blah, 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 blah. Not knowing that at some point in those saga, people start thinking deeply. And once they start thinking deeply, your story is changed. They don't give 2 cents about you. So we'll be talking about that, and also talking about every other thing that happened in between that couldn't fit in my title or my thumbnail. So once again, welcome to my live stream. Thank you for joining me here today. As you come in, don't forget to like this live stream. Don't forget to share and invite your friends to join us in the conversation. Okay? All right, let me share myself out and let's begin properly. It's a beautiful Saturday. Beautiful, beautiful Saturday, I must tell you. And my Saturday is not going to be that very busy today because my daughter said, you know, Mom, I'm taking a break from all my Saturday's activity today. I want to rest, and I'm indulging her. So all activities canceled. So we might be here for a longer hours if strength permits me. All right. So why is Justin gathering evidence against Korra? Korra made a video, a very short video, about 17 minutes or thereabout, updating her fans on the GoFundMe account that now she has secured 2 lawyers on retainership. One will be pursuing this one when the other one will be pursuing this. So she kind of made a small explanation about that. Boom. The moment Korra finished that video, Mr. Korra Obidi turned on his ring light and started explaining all the evidences he has gathered. To tell you that this guy doesn't sleep at night. Honestly, he has been going through Korra's videos, all the videos, when I mean all. And if I cannot catch up with Korra, I can't catch up with Korra's lives. But this guy takes his time. Korra is his next research project. He takes his time to go through Korra's video, dating back to when Korra's Facebook page was hacked. If you have been on Facebook last year or were there last year, you will know when Korra's Facebook was hacked, and the profile that they used for the hack was a lifestyle healthy chef, kind of Tamara or something. I made a video about it. I made a live stream about it at the time. It's down here on my page in my channel, both YouTube and Facebook. So Korra was very pissed. When I mean she was beyond pissed that her 7 point something follower page was hacked, and this was the face of the person that took over the channel and the name of the person that took over the channel. If you were in it, if that happened to me, I'll be calling out the name I'm seeing on my page. Period. I'll be calling out, if I am the type that curse, I will be cursing as well that person, because the first instinct that will come to your mind that this person hacked my page. Okay, I remember when Wonder Maya, a YouTuber, his page was hacked. His page is over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. So his page was hacked. Even as Wonder Maya was trying to recover his page, they were using the page to raise funds. It was a fundraising thing they were using with Wonder Maya's over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. The YouTubers took it upon themselves because it was a big deal for them. They saw how Wonder Maya grew his YouTube channel to 1 million, and suddenly somebody took over. They were cursing the person, the face of the person. They were reporting that name. There was nothing people did not do on behalf of Wonder Maya. Wonder Maya did not ask anybody because he did not use any backup channel to say, please, this is what is happening to my YouTube page. Go to YouTube. And Wonder Maya did not do all of that. He was working with his team, with YouTube. They were working with YouTube. His team were working with YouTube on how to recover the channel. But good citizen, his subscribers took it upon themselves. No. Wonder Maya cannot work this hard and lose this page. So they bombarded YouTube reports line with the name of that person they saw on Wonder Maya's page, a channel. And they were saying all manner of things. Like I said, if you rely on subscribers, commenters they are going to say anything they want to say. You have no control of what they say. But Mr. Korra Obidi picked up that particular video, not one video, two videos that Korra made when her Facebook was hacked, and used it as he's piling in one of the evidences he has listed that will be presented in the court against Korra. How Korra, quote and unquote, destroyed that woman's business that the woman built, took 15 years to build. Then you ask yourself, who is to blame in this particular story? Guys, this my glasses is for long distance, so I'm struggling to see my eyes. That's why I'm popping it open sometimes. So who is to be blamed in this kind of situation? Tell me, who to be blamed? Are you going to blame Korra that her page was hacked? Or are you going to blame the woman that her account was innocently used to hack somebody's page? Are you going to blame the commenters? Let me know. Are you going to blame the commenters that we are calling out the person and then saying all manner of things against the person? Who do you think you should blame in this circumstance? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. And as you comment today, like this live stream for me, like this video, share. Let's get a lot of likes here. I'm seeing 10 people watching and I'm only seeing 4 likes. Please like, share, and invite others. And remember, as always, my live stream is not just me talking. It's a conversational live stream. So come on in with your comments. Let's discuss it together. Do you think that some of these evidences that Justin is gathering will hold forth in the court of law? Let's have that conversation. And thank you guys for being here. So that was one of the evidence that Justin has gathered against Korra. So what do you think will be the next evidence? He said that Korra was telling her followers to go and attack the woman's business. And the woman made a plea that she has no understanding who Korra is. She doesn't know Korra. She has never met Korra, that she doesn't even know why her name or her own profile was used to hack Korra's account. That the kind of review that she's gotten so far, this happened last year. When I mean last year, it was done. Korra recovered her page within 24 hours. Life moved on, right? It's evidence that this guy has against Korra, showing that Korra and her team are destroying people's businesses. He now made mention of his own business being destroyed and all of that. Let me take you back a little bit, 2 years back, when this whole thing started. When it started, who brought it on social media? The same man that is crying victim of his business being scattered. That's why I said here, he had intention to ruin Korra's reputation, to destroy Korra's social media appeal and what have you by bringing all of this to social media, not knowing that it could also backfire against him. I'm pointing my finger at you guys, right? The rest of my fingers are pointing back at me. That is life. When you plan something with bad intention, don't think the universe will support you. No, it might take a while. The universe will definitely react against you because you did not have good intention when you started the journey. You did not have good motive. You just wanted to, because of anger. And that's what, anger and hate could cause. Sometimes anger is good. It's going to push you to come out from your shell and do the right thing. I didn't like what this person said to me. You better not say that again. Yeah, that is a good trouble. Just like the late John Lewis said, good trouble, not bad trouble. But bad trouble is when you have bad intention to ruin another person's reputation because you and that person are no longer together. That is bad trouble. That is bad energy, bad anger. And do you think the universe will support that? Definitely no. If you believe in God or believe in anything, divinity is one day going to backfire against you because the first intention for starting it was not right. So when he started all of this, I've said it in one of my videos, there will be people that will still love Korra despite all the image damage that Mr. Korra Obidi thought he was doing. They will come after you. Now his business page, I don't even know if anybody visit that business page. He's now crying out that Korra and her followers ruined his business. Now they ruined this woman that hacked Korra's account. I'm asking you that is watching me, if you wake up tomorrow, if you're a content creator, a monetized content creator, you have large following, like maybe 2 million, 10 million, 20, and you wake up tomorrow and see a total name, different name on your page, and realize that you've been locked out of your page, how would you react? Would you react the way Korra Obidi reacted, saying that people should report the person that hacked her page? Would that be your first reaction? I would tell you mine. So let me know what your own reaction is going to be in the comment section. I will go to Facebook or YouTube or whatever and report that account, the one I'm seeing on my page, because I don't know who the hacker is. That's the page I'm seeing. That's the thing I'm seeing there. Going to report that account. And I'm also going to tell my followers, this person has taken over my account. This person has taken over my page, my channel. Please report this person, because that's what you're seeing. That's your first instinct. Before when you now settle down, when you're no longer very furious or very upset, you settle down and start thinking, maybe it might not be this person. Could somebody use another person's profile to hack somebody's account? That would take somebody who knows how the internet or social media operate to think like that. So for Mr. Korra Obidi to use that particular video as evidence he's building up against Korra is laughable. I mean, it's very laughable. On a more serious note, he should look for something more solid. That one now. Because the thing, the court will say, okay, if Korra has said the people should go and attack this page, what was the reason? What was the motive behind what she said? The motive that this person took over my page. That is the motive. This person took over my page. For that reason, I'm telling people to report this page. The court will say you have nothing else to say. Okay, let's hold it there. He also made mention of while he was talking, somebody said, why are you always making content about your ex? Must all your content be about your ex? His defense was, all my content are not about my ex, but I'm just here to clear my name. But sincerely, this guy is still living in denial that he cannot pass a day without thinking about Korra. And until you realize your problems, you can never get them solved. He said he's clearing his name. He's not clearing any jack. Because if you keep on talking about your past, you're still living in the past. You haven't moved an inch since that woman walked away from your life. And that is the problem, because until he recognized that his life, his ways, everything he does, day to day, his thought, his reasoning, all revolves around Korra. That's when he can be able, wait a minute, this is true. In the morning, I talked about her. Afternoon, evening, I talked about her. I should start thinking about something else and start doing something else. Korra shouldn't be on my lips. Her videos shouldn't be on my, but no. He has failed to recognize that he's living in his shadows upon denying these constant things that we all see. Every time he talks about he's on his page, he's talking about his ex. And he went on, continued to deny it. Unfortunately, people are trying to make him say it, but he has refused to believe the truth. Temilade, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being here. Zay, thank you for being here. Colette, thank you for being here. I will do the same. I will report. Exactly. That's what every person will do. Even when it happened to the Wonder Maya case I use here, Wonder Maya did not come out to ask people to report. Content creators, we are making videos about it, making live stream. Wonder Maya has been hacked. Please report this page. Report this page that took over Wonder Maya's channel. Live streams. Talk more of the owner of the page. You'll be raging in anger. You want solution the next second, and you can call heaven and earth to make sure you get solution. So that evidence, Oga, you can only talk to your little-minded followers that will say, yeah, it's enough evidence to go to court. She's destroying people's businesses. She's not. She's trying to recover her business that was taken over from her. Period. Okay. Nancy, Korra's sister's page was demonetized after Mr. Korra Obidi threatened her. See, this guy needs to understand, until he start taking steps like a grown man, that's when all of this will stop showing up on Facebook. He has failed to understand that he brought this thing to social media. The Obidis never wanted this to be heard. The father, Korra's father, was begging this man. Nancy begged everybody that they know as per family unit. They begged this man, take this thing off social media. It's not going to go well for both of you. The man said, waiting, because bloggers have carried information and because people were helping him to, give the information to bloggers based on the testimonies that, are coming up right now. He felt he was on the right track. Those are the areas I feel sorry for him, which I listed at the beginning of this video. We are going to talk about them in, at length. He felt he was following the right direction. He was doing the right thing. Unfortunately, he wasn't. Now, 2 years down the line, he's seeing the repercussion of what he did to himself. And he has failed to realize that he brought all this enmity upon himself and upon Korra on social media. All right. Hi, good day, Charity. Thank you for joining today. Thank you. Thank you for being here. As you come in, please do like the video for me, because if the video is seeing likes, the social media is going to recommend it to every other person that is interested in having this conversation with us. So let everybody come into the house. Your comments is highly appreciated, and we are going to be reading all of them here in today's conversation. All right. 2 years ago, Mr. Korra Obidi brought the divorce case of him and the ex-wife on social media. A lot of people reached out to him to pull it out of social media. Even if they're not going to continue, let them settle it off social media. He refused. He has called his ex-wife all manner of names from a I don't want to say those names because my kids will say, oh, mommy, you don't talk like that, okay? Called the lady all manner of derogatory names. There was nothing, how her body is, described her body and everything you can think about, how irresponsible the woman is. He said all of these things 2 years ago. And when he started that campaign, the people that felt they loved Korra genuinely started making content about him, talking about him. And like I said, you can never wage a war against the world and win. It's never done. You can never wage a war against the whole world and win. Never. So while that was going on, people started making videos about him, making content, calling him out, telling him, Oga, Mr. Korra Obidi, Mr. whatever you call yourself, take this thing off social media. Nancy, Korra's sister, pleaded. Korra's father pleaded. Relatives begged this man, but he never listened to anybody. He kept on pressing, kept on pushing, and people spoke about Korra in fact, severally, people spoke about Korra in a very negative way, But Korra, being who Korra is, she tried to stomach it at the point she wasn't talking. That's why I still give her respect. While the man was spilling all sorts of things going on in their divorce process, Korra was not talking. She went on in her silence, writing her book. And in her book, she explained everything that happened, how they met, why they were dating, before they came to America, got married, and had the first baby, second baby, everything you need to know, even beyond what she has shown. She also talked about her growing up, childhood, and all of that in the book. And she sold the book. The book at the time was the bestseller at the period it was sold. So Korra never said anything, but the man did not stop. And 2 years down the line, this man is crying that Korra and her warriors, destroyed his business. The question I have to tell this man is, if this is a lesson, learn it. Because you will need it as you grow, especially when you're raising your beautiful daughters. Learn this lesson never again to bring your family on social media. But did the man even agree that he contributed to his own problem? He did not agree. And why he did not agree, he kept on doing what? Making the same mistake. There was a time he did Tell It All. Tell It All, everything that happened between meeting Kora, their love life, their quarrels, their fights, their makeup, the way they do in the bedroom and all of that, everything and all their quarrel, everything. He came out on social media to do Tell It All. I think it was about 15 or 17 episodes that he did on live stream, telling his some little dirty secret that couples keep. He came out here, aired everything, and also made some strong allegations against Kora when Kora was pregnant with their second baby. All of those things are not news to anybody watching me that have been following this story. That means that when the first problem he had by bringing the story on social media, he still did not learn. So he continued to talk about it because he has failed to realize that bringing this thing on social media was the biggest mistake. Fine. That one passed. People tore Kora into pieces. There was nothing remaining of Kora. How she was 6 months or 5 months pregnant and was doing it with other men, quote unquote, according to Mr. Korra Obidi. People believed it. They ran with it. Kora tried to say it's not true, but people still did not believe Kora. Then that one passed because the man came showing WhatsApp messages that could be fabricated. Okay. But you know what? The joy now is that this case will go to court, finally, where it belongs, not on social media. If you're having problems with your spouse, go to court. Social media is a court of public opinion, and the opinion might not suit you. But when you go to court, they are going to use legal rules and regulation and guidelines to determine your case. And they're going to bring your peers to hear your case with you and determine your case. They're going to use the judge, the jury, and every prosecutors and defense attorneys to judge your case. These are people that will be able to put one or two together to know where the problem started, how it's going, and how to remedy a situation. But when you bring your matter to the court of public opinion, which is social media, it will not be favorable to you. Like I said, people comment on your page based on their feeling at the moment. That's how they comment. So that one passed. Now what he did was to start reacting on every video Kora made. And I want to say this thing for people to know. If you think you're going to pursue a case in court, the less you talk, the better for you. If you're going to pursue a case in court, don't say because you want to defend yourself. You might end up saying what you're not supposed to say. And what does that mean? You're shooting yourself by yourself and hurting your case. So if you know you're going to take a matter to court, the less you talk, the better. And to be honest with you guys, I was really, really surprised when I saw Mr. Korra Obidi reacting on every video that Kora was making. This guy was very good at filing petitions in court. He was good when the last 2 years, every time he goes to court, that was the right way to do it. But he came back to tell us that the justice system failed him. That's why he took the whole matter upon himself to report to Facebook to delete Kora's video with his children. Mind you, those children are also Kora's children, okay? But he did that even against the court order. That decision on the children must be determined by the two parties, except in the case of emergency. I've talked about it before when I went through that court document. We read it here together. We analyzed it here together. All right. Let me read some comments because I'm seeing some people leave comments for me here. All right. So Charity Ada said exactly. It's never good to bring your family on social media. Sis, you can say that again. Never good to bring your family on social media, no matter how bitter or how hot it is for you, or how angry it is for you. Never you bring your family problem to social media. When you break the news, the audience are going to follow who broke the news is saying the truth, right? That's the first judgment of social media. Yeah, whoever that brought it also is the one saying this, so that person should be the victim, while the other one is the offender, right? The oppressor. But after some time, they will start understanding your method of doing things. They will not, wait a minute, this guy again? No, hell no. And some people, because you broke that news saying you're against what this woman is doing, how she's going naked on Facebook, guess what people did? They went back and started retrieving pictures, videos, comments of this Mr. Korra Obidi. There was one of the videos that made history on social media. The one he lifted Korra up, and Korra's two legs were like this. People use that video. Oga, you were the one carrying this woman, and you spread her legs so wide, and now you're telling us you don't like what she's doing. Were you under some, so it's kind of very contradictory. You're saying A and you went on. So people attacked him with every evidence. When they called Korra, Nigerians called Korra out years back, I think it was 2017 or 18 or thereabout, he was defending Korra. No, I can't remember the year so that I don't give the wrong date. But they brought out all those things. At some point, I saved all of those documents. The day I will have time to do a short video, I'll be putting out all those defenses that Mr. Korra Obidi did in favor of his ex when the going was good. All right. It's a very big mistake for doing that, bringing your family on social media, exiling. So Ron M said Korra went to, okay. Ron M, that is what Mr. Korra Obidi said, but if you don't have evidence, don't categorically say Korra did because you were not there. You did not have any evidence to prove that case that she went to Nigeria on a friend's wedding and she was 5 months pregnant and she was doing the do with the person. They have been to court already, been to court with that case already. I didn't see it in the court judgment anyway. So you can't categorically speak on what you don't have facts on. Anything you hear us talk about is either what Mr. Korra Obidi has shared on his page or what Korra has shared on her page. Those are the evidence we have. Those are the facts we have. That's why we're making the conversation. He thought about bringing 2-year-old material to push people away from the attack in London. 2-year-old material. I don't know if you're making reference to the post Mr. Korra Obidi made when Korra said she was attacked in London. The man went and brought out an article that was written years ago saying that there was no attack. It was a publicity stunt, blah, 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 blah. I don't know if that's what you meant, Ron M. I don't know. Korra stated she went when she was 3 months pregnant. Okay, I don't know. Those are old videos he is reacting to. They are not good. I know those are old videos of last year he's reacting to. But if you want to react on something, okay, you have to play that video in full. Because if you take a phrase out of a sentence and then run with the phrase to make people believe what you're saying, when you get to the court and tender that as an evidence, the court will want to get the full story of that statement. So the court will not run on that phrase you presented. They are going to get the sentence where the period ends. And for example, let me make a full statement here. That's what the court, I'm going to give an example. Korra made a video saying that she has gotten 2 attorneys to represent her in court when she was doing an update of her GoFundMe account. There are 2 lawyers and a retainer that she's going to pursue the case of her daughter, where a stranger was sharing the pictures and images of her daughter. And also the other lawyer will be pursuing her ex-husband, constantly dragging her on social media. Okay, those are what Korra said. I can't come and tell you and pick a phrase, her ex-husband dragging her, and then you now say, hey, Mr. Korra Obidi is dragging Korra. No, you have to say everything Korra said for the court to use that and admit that as an evidence. It has to be complete. You can present your phrase or your short video, the part that suits what you were trying to, the message you were trying to pass to people. But when the defense will come up if you're the one petitioning the case. The defense will come, Your Honor, since this case has been tendered as evidence in court, we want to read it in full because it was tendered in part. Now they will read it in full. The full will now have a different meaning from what you shared with your audience. That's why I say all those small clips that the guy was sharing, especially the one that suit the narrative he was trying to pass out on social media, might not hold in court. I've talked about when Korra's Facebook page was hacked. What this Mr. Korra Obidi said about it, those are the things he gathered. That particular evidence he's gathering will never see the light of day in court. I explain it here. And I will, if you want me, I can also explain that again. Mr. Obidi's main issue is that he is no longer in charge of the money Korra makes. And the only reason he wants full custody so that he can switch the money making from the girls. Hey, you are so brilliant. You are so brilliant with this analysis. So guys, let's look at what Jones said here. This is a brilliant idea. If you live in America, you understand that number one issue or reasons for divorce is money. Okay. And what brought about this? Korra said in her book, all the money she was making on Facebook was being managed by her ex-husband. And you might be saying, Korra, how could that be true? Let me tell you, Korra came as an immigrant, okay? If you bring your wife here, the person will not have right to open a bank account, right? No legal line yet. Until you go to court, you get married, then they will file with immigration to be able to get you social security number, work permit, and all of that. Until you get those things in place, you will not have any means of doing what? Opening a bank account. I'm telling you because I went through that process. I came here as an international student, okay? I did my first semester, second semester. I did not have a social security. The only thing my school provided health insurance because I paid tuition, okay? And mind you, I paid in full, okay? So I can brag about it. All right. So while that was happening, I didn't have a social security because I was an international student. I'm not American resident. I'm not American citizen. So I don't have social security. Then after my second semester as an international student, I got a graduate assistant job. I became the assistant editor to a journal in the university. So when I got the job, with the job employment I got in the university, I was asked to go get a social security, which will give me work permit to work only in the university. The moment I got the social security, I was able to open a bank account. Yes, because I now have a legal line that will say, this is the owner of the account. You have right to open an account. You have right to hold a job in America. If not, for those two semesters, I did not work. I did not get social security. I did not have any bank account. The moment I got social security, you now have anything to link you with, because everybody in America, you have a link, right? And social security is your link. If you do anything, they're going to find you no matter where you hide, okay? Unless if you're not legal in the country. All right. So what Jones is saying here is when the main problem for their divorce was finance, and I've said it here several times. If you like, you believe it. If you don't like, don't believe me, but I'm going to come here and tell you the truth. It might not suit your favorite. If you're a fan of Justin, you might not like it. And if you're a fan of Korra, you might also not like what I say, but I'm going to say the truth. So Korra came here. She kept on putting her videos. And then at the time, Justin became the manager of her social media platform. She started making money on social media. Everything was going under Mr. Korra Obidi's bank account. And after a while, Korra's family started suggesting, by now you should have a bank account and all of that. Korra was like, okay. And remember, the marriage was not all rosy for them. There were several, basbos, okay, several ups and downs in the marriage, okay, from when they got to America. Don't think it was all beautiful and they just started fighting. Read Korra Obidi's book, Korra is Life. You get more information, okay? So when Korra started asking for her money, I want to start managing my account. I don't want you to manage my profile. Korra, first of all, what she did was to open a page for this guy and started growing the page to hundreds of thousands of followers on both Instagram, Facebook, and both Instagram and Facebook. Korra grew this ex-husband's page and Instagram handle to thousands of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers. Now, I've grown your own account. You can handle yours. I want to manage mine. And I want to open a bank account to be able to put those bank information on my social media profile. That was the beginning of their problem. If you like, believe it, or if you don't like, fine. That was the beginning. Their problem wasn't because Korra was dressing funny or was not covering her body. It was never a problem for Mr. Korra Obidi. If you doubt it, just type on Facebook, Korra Obidi. The first thing Facebook will show you all those popular videos that Korra and Mr. Korra Obidi, where he was grabbing her behind and all the things they were doing. Guys, give me 1 second. My husband just got me. Guys, my husband got caught me saying grabbing her behind. I've landed myself in trouble. He said, is that what you guys are talking about here? Anyways, so those videos are evident that he was enjoying the flow. He was enjoying her nudity. He was enjoying her scarf, wear her clothes. He was enjoying everything, Korra. Even when Korra was pregnant with the second baby, they were doing all of this together. So that was never the problem. If you think that was the problem, why did this man go after another lady that dresses similar like Korra? Summer doesn't cover up like Mother Mary. No, Summer dresses with her body showing all over the place. So it wasn't the dressing that was the problem. It was the money. Because the woman has woken up. I want to be in charge of my money. I want to handle my account. I've opened a Facebook for you. I've opened Instagram. Manage your own while I manage my own. Problem started. So what John said here is true. That was the main problem that led I'm divorcing Korra. That's what led to that statement on Instagram. I'm divorcing Korra. Now, this guy filed for full custody. And what it means that if he gets full custody of these children, Korra will continue to pay for child support until the last child turns 18. So what John said here is in line. That's a very fantastic analysis. And I love when my audience are making greater sense. I love it. So thank you, Jones, for this, Aloy. Thank you so much, Aloy. This is it. Remember, during when they were going through divorce, Korra paid this man 50,000 spousal support. She paid 40,000 of the student loan. Those were the agreement they had with the court. Okay. Now, if he gets full custody, Korra will be the one feeding this guy and the children until 18 years. Let me tell you some of the things happening in America that people don't know. Some people, when it gets to the father, they have full custody. What some people have done in the past, they will now stop not work again. What they will do is to hold a minimum job, minimal, the least of it, so that the kind of what is it called, child support they are going to be giving to the person that has full custody will be according to their salary. Because if this guy gets full custody right now, let's assume that Korra makes 60,000 from social media. Maybe let's assume she makes, like he claimed that Korra makes 60,000 a month, right? He claimed 40 to 60,000. They were going to tax that, they're going to tax that 60,000 and take chunk of money every month from Korra. And you don't have access to your children. You only have visitation right when is, So think about it. You're making money, you're feeding your ex, the pain that comes with it. I know of a man, the man said he's not going to get any other good job, that this woman wants to milk him out, blah, 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 blah. He was earnestly waiting on the children to grow older so that his child support will stop. And don't think you can run away from child support. You can't. I had a colleague in my previous job. She said she had a child with the man and all of that. The man ran away after 2 years, and she filed for child support. The man started paying. After a while, the man stopped paying. So the man stopped paying, then finally, and refused to hold a job. So he keeps telling the state, when I mean the state, the government, he keeps telling the state that I don't have a job, I don't have a job. So whatever job he has done for many years, he was doing under the table, because he can't tell me he was not feeding or he was not paying his bills. So he must have done those jobs under the table, because there is no radar on him in the system that he has a job. Guess what, guys? 27 years after, the moment this guy's information popped up in the system that he has gained employment, child support grabbed the money. One. The man now called the woman. He hasn't spoken to this woman for maybe over 20, 24 years. Called the woman. What did you do with my money? The woman say, what? Your money? How? When? I haven't heard from you for ages, and you're calling me to what kind of nonsense? He said they are taking money from me. The woman, wait a minute. Who is taking money from you? She said child support. The woman said, then call child support to find out. So eventually, when we finished from work, she put a call according to child support to find out what is going on. They said yes, that the man has back pay. So they are going to the boy in question is 27 years old. The child is 27. But because the man did not pay child support from when the boy was about 2 years until he got 18, that would have been an official time for you to stop paying. This guy is going to pay from that 2 years until 18. That is the law. You can't run away from it. Okay. All right. Let's continue. Hey, Joe. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Joe is saying, I have never seen a situation of divorce being dragged so long like this. Do these people really care about their children's career, future, and at all? I hope they realize the consequences of all these things they are doing. Definitely, they will realize it someday. They will, but America really doesn't give 2 cents. To be honest with you, all these things we are saying, children, most of them don't give 2 cents. Okay, if you understand, you understand. Kora did not get any of these things right until Nancy and her father helped her got them. Kora stated that her father asked about her money. Okay, yeah. Ron M. That is. I'm trying to pin Ron M. Where are you? Okay. Yeah. So the Kora's family, okay, they kind of start asking out, but you're making money on social media. What's going on? Why are you not having money? Blah, blah, blah. Yes. And the moment that question, Kora now wanted to open her own account, start taking care of her money. That became a problem. It did not go down well with her husband. Go read Korra Is Life book. Then you'll be able to understand what went on the moment she started asking for her money. That was what happened. And that was the genesis of this divorce we are hearing about. That was the whole genesis. And Ron said, Justice did not help her. She stated her father and her sister had to help her. She said that Justin screamed divorce and her family begged him to work it out. Exactly. That was what she wrote in the book. She said her father pleaded, begged her sister, her family members, take this thing out of social media. Let's see how we can resolve this. But the guy was adamant. He never complied with anything. He went, solely with what the social media we are doing. Hey, Kora, we said it that just this man will get tired of Kora exposing her body. Social media was reacting, and he followed social media instead of, seeking advice, maybe legally or from his family, to take that thing off social media. But look at it, 2 years down the line, this man has no tangible business he's doing, because the reviews on his business page, even if you're a blind patient, you will not go there. Your senses will still give you understanding. You'll be able to read the review without even seeing anything. The videos about this guy, everything, The reviews on his business page is not something that he will wake up tomorrow and then bounce back. He had to start making the baby step now by stop talking about his personal problems. Stop talking about Korra. Stop talking about his children twerking or not twerking. Social media doesn't need to know. Go sort your family problem in your home. It's until he start taking those baby steps, which might not give him money because he needs money. So he's making content to make money. Like Korra is making, according to him, Korra is making 60,000, so Korra can afford anything. He also wants to make 60,000. And how will he get there? If he's talking about Korra, that's what people want to hear, because gossip sells like wildfire. Okay, that is the truth. But if he wants to revive his business, he has to genuinely stop talking about Korra. Genuinely. I say thank you for coming, Chinelo. Thank you for being here. They should have got a psychological evaluation of the children to assess the impact of changing homes every week on the children. In the UK, it would never happen. The children will be given to mom. Is that true in the UK? Wow. Wow. Yeah, the thing is that 50-50 has worked for the most part for America. 50-50 custody, it worked for the most part. The children turn out well for those that you put your feet to raise. If you keep, antagonizing each other, anything could, happen to the children. So I think they've done all of those review before they start using that as a yardstick to determine 50-50. But if it's just to mom, what if the mom is not a stable mom? Would they still give the children to the mom, or they will now give the children in the UK to foster care? Let's assume the mom is using, and the mom is not stable in UK. Would they still give the children to the mom in the UK if that's the law? So I say that's a question I'm asking you. Help me know. The man is he's a very, very bitter soul. He is so bitter. Ha! Yo-Yo Bitters not even reach this one. Odogu Bitters is learning work. This guy is so bitter to the point that he has not understood what is going on, that he can get his business back. It's a matter of patience. He can revive his business. He can get it back, but you have to put in the work. Put in the work, focus on your business rather than focusing on your ex. Talk more about your business, what your business can do. After a while, Facebook, they don't have retainership of particular followers will be there waiting for you for 20 years. No. Give yourself 3 months of not talking about Korra, but talking about your business. The new people will come and love you genuinely. And the older people that will still be there will still follow you. But he will ask me, how will he make money in 3 months if he stop talking about Korra? You have to choose one. The money or your business. Whichever one that suits you. Run with it. All right. I say it answered my question. If the mom is unfit, then the father will be, if the father is stable, okay, the issue of 50-50 in this case is not acting stable and is exposing the girls to undesirables. Yeah, you can say that, but that brings me to what you just said, brings me to one of the things the evidence he gathered against Korra, that Korra was accusing his friend for fondling their daughter, and his friend was only carrying the daughter on the lap. Okay, the friend was carrying the daughter on the lap. The thing is this: we have a lot of sick people. I'm not saying those that can not. When I mean sick, I mean this sick. Okay, we have a lot of sick people, and you don't know how sick they are until they start acting out. That's when you know this person has a mental problem. This person is going through this, is going through that. So for Korra to say somebody was fondling the child, I didn't watch the video. I didn't see that. I didn't meet Korra's children to interview them. Maybe Korra, as a mother, asked the daughter's question and the daughter said something. Okay, it could be. So there might be a reason for her saying that. But the guy said They are going to throw the case out. That is not that you have to prove it, and all these people are going to sue you. You need to prove. Of course, if it comes to that, they will bring shrinks to, when I mean shrinks, psychologists to interview the children. And the children, in as much as they are young, they will try to find information from them, because if you're defending the people around them, the children have to speak. And if there is any evidence showing, that's what the doctors will determine. Okay, it's not for anybody to just determine. So maybe Korra asked the daughters what happened when they went for that dinner with their father and friends. The man that was carrying them, was he touching you? Did he touch you here? Did he touch you there? Guys, let me wear my glasses. Well, I don't know, it's making me uncomfortable. And let me ask you, let me say something here. I remember when my kids were a lot younger, when they were a lot younger, if I take them to daycare, if they come back, I ask all these questions. Yes, I did. I was okay, who took you to the bathroom? Especially when my when my daughter was about she wasn't waiting to start full school. So she goes to, I think it was summer. So there was no school in summer and I had to go to work. So my greatest joy was that the big sister was already 7. So yeah, I think the big sister was about 6 or thereabouts. So she knows things, she can tell you what happens than the younger one. So I will now put the two of them together in the same place. I will say, assist your sister if she needs to go to bathroom or needs a bathroom, diaper change or all of those things. But when they come back, because they can talk, my kids started talking from 1+. I will ask them, Mama, who took you to the bathroom? And what happened? Can you tell me? Did anybody touch you anyhow? I ask all of those questions. So if Korra asks the daughter these questions and the daughter starts saying, yeah, the guy carried me and put me on his lap and I was feeling somehow, I don't know. I did not watch that video, so I can't be able to say for sure what happened. But even among family members, they can still do all of those to children. You can't even vouch for people. You can't. You can only vouch for yourself. That's why as a mother, you're very protective of your daughters. You're very protective of your sons. Don't think this child thing we are talking about happens to just girls. No, it happens to boys too. So you have to ask those questions. And when you come back, you have to go through, when you're giving them a bath, you have to do body examination to make sure that nothing went wrong on your child. This is a tip I'm giving to mothers now. Okay, so maybe that's what happened when for Korra to start saying that somebody was fondling her child, according to Mr. Korra Obidi. In his video, he made that statement in the video. I don't know what led to it. I did not watch that part of Korra's video. I can't even catch up with Korra's video, but Mr. Obidi had all the time in the world to catch up with all the videos. All right, so let me read more comments. Cameron, thank you for joining today. But this what Korra has been telling him, focus on your business. Exactly. The thing is that he's thinking for short time in the sense that he wants to make money now because he has bills to pay. He's not thinking about long term. Long term will give you understanding that I have to put in the work, try to build back my reputation, my business. It might not get you views, it might not get you the money, you understand, but in the long run things will start changing for you. So the thing is, if he doesn't have clients to make money because he's a self-employed person, he's not working with any institution or any hospital, and if he doesn't have clients, that is the reason why he can't stop talking about Korra, because he needs to continue to make money from social media to pay his bills. I'm gonna give you an example. In America, if you're above the annual wage income, government cannot help you. America is not a socialist country, it's a capitalist country. Okay, government can only help those below, that's poverty level. Okay, those are the people government can help. So if you were able to buy a house, that means you were doing well. So if you buy a house, if you buy a car, and then you rented a house, a big house like he did, that means he has income to take care of it. So he might not get help from the government. So he needs to get money to pay his bills. if you don't pay your bills here, they will turn off your electricity, turn off your water, and then you wake up to darkness while your neighbors are enjoying the electricity. So I guess he's thinking for the short term rather than thinking in a long run. But I would advise, if he can actually focus on how to build back his reputation, build back his business, it's going to do him a lot of good than damage. Think that's just what it means. All right, so let's continue. Ron said he cannot, he's in danger to losing his license. His license is currently on hold. I saw that court order. Oh. I saw that court order. They said because he has violated this, and he was the one that shared it. So people got the script and they have it on their phones. He shared it that he's not in violation because of the problem he's having with his ex-wife and on Facebook, but he's in violation of AY. Then he now did not list all the things they said he is in violation of the following, but he shared it himself. You see how this man will constantly, and he has continued to give people content to create on social media with facts. Everything he's putting out there now becomes fact for people to talk about. And he's the one saying that people are talking about him. If you want people to stop talking about you, stop ruining your reputation that you want to so-called build back, stop discussing your ex and stop talking about your children. Because if you come on social media to tell the world that your child is twerking, trust Oyoyo to come here and say you did not do right. Period. I can't just let that pass, because that child, it takes a village to raise a child. It's not just your child. So you're coming to say your child is now twerking, why you should confront the mother in a very quiet place. Maybe you guys find a place to meet and talk about your child. Don't bring your child to social media and expect people not to talk. You can't beat somebody and tell the person not to cry. If you bring your child on social media, because I talk about girl child, I talk about women, I talk about marriages and families, I would definitely have a say on that statement you made. So, Mr. Korra Obidi, take note. All right, Joe said, the man, mommy, you are so sure that he might need medical checkup. He said he has gone through a lot of things. That last 2 years he has been under anxiety, depression, and all of that. So is he getting checked? Because if you claim to be going through this, that means you're required to have a therapy by now going on, where you go, either you're doing medication, or you're doing therapy session with your medical doctor or whatever specialist you're seeing, to bring you out of anxiety, bring you out of depression, and bring you to a better place. So maybe he's seeing a doctor, I don't know, but he said it himself. I watched the clip that for the past 2 years he has been going through a lot, and that's why he's coming out to defend himself, and at the same time making money from that. Okay, let's be honest, it's money that is the driving force. Is money. Guys, my tea is cold. All right, let me read some more, and okay. That is correct in the UK. With his inappropriate behavior, lack of integrity, he would never have been given any overnight stay. Wow. UK is serious. Are you serious? Any overnight stay, he would have supervised contact, perhaps 2 hours fortnightly. I have been in the care system for over 25 years with updated childcare courses. You can imagine. So based on that, see UK law here. I'm reading from Claudette is in UK and with over 25 years of experience working with childcare services. So she said, that is correct. Making reference to what I said about UK, if the parents are not fit, this, that, that. So he said, it is correct in the UK with his inappropriate behavior, lack of integrity, he would never have been given any overnight stay. He would have supervised contact, perhaps 2 hours fortnightly. That means every 2 weeks he have 2 hours to see his children. You see, wow. That's a very strict rules, and I like that. I really, really like that. I really do. I guess now that Korra then will be going to court, maybe these are the things, because his behavior, especially recently for the past 2 months, has been very irrational. So those are the things they are going to start putting in place. Is this person still of sane mind? Everything he said he was against going live, doing live, he's doing all of those every day, going live and talking about his ex, what is going on, what is the trigger. But I must be telling you guys, one of the triggers could be finance. Maybe he doesn't have clients anymore. Maybe he wants to make money to pay his bills. You never can tell. That could be the trigger for this consistent live stream talking about the ex that you have gotten full divorce from. It could be. No friend should be carrying the children. There is too much depravity out there. I support Korra. Are you telling me? Are you telling me? Don't play with my children. Not me. No, 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 no. Carry. It depends on the carry. If it's just to leave the child up, I can understand. But carry on your lap. Say waiting. Why are you carrying the child on your lap? If it's not the mother, the grandparents, family, be wise. We might be saying you think all these people on social media, what do they know? We know things because most of us here are professionals. Claudette has been in child care system for over 25 years. And I say it is also a professional. So you never can tell. They are giving you their experiences and also professionally advising you. If you like, you take. If you don't like, it's up to you. But these are wise statements. No friend should carry your child, talk more of on the lap. Is it warming your cucumber? What? I beg you. Korra has evidence and is not the guy. She's talking, taking to the core, the crystal, aka Zoe. I really look forward to this court case. I really look forward to it. We are here. We'll be coming live to discuss all about them. In one word or the other, we'll get the information. When the ruling is over, it becomes a public document. I can actually get the document for us to analyze here in the channel. Even Nigerians woken up to the uncles and I say it. Don't even get me started on this uncle thing. Don't get me started because personally, I have a lot to say, but I don't want to say. But if you're still there saying uncle, auntie, cousin, no. Wake up. The world has changed right from when I was a child. So it didn't start today. This thing has been happening long ago. So don't rely on because it's your relative. No, no, no. If it passes you, your father, maybe the father, mother of the child, the grandparents, be watchful. Be watchful what people do to your children. Korra also said that in her book. Maybe that's why she's feeling the way she's feeling. She went through that as a child. Even right in their home, her lesson teacher did one or two things to her. Right in their own home. And maybe the lesson teacher was a member of a church. Or maybe the lesson teacher was a relative. So if somebody is trying to be extra careful with her child, don't go saying the person is talking nonsense. She is talking from experience. What she went through as a child, she wouldn't want that to happen to any of her daughters. At least cut her some slack on that. Honestly, uncles are very careful with their children, both girls and even boys. Mr. Obidi's negligence in this regard. Exactly. Exactly. Joe said, even my brother, I can't vouch for him. Joe is in Nigeria. So don't think all these things is only happening in America. No, it's happening everywhere. When you have your children, especially when they're still young, that they cannot fight for themselves, defend themselves, you have to continue to be the watchdog for them. Don't take anything for granted. You carry your child, you're giving to somebody to hold for you. Nobody should hold for you. That thing you want to do is not more important than your child. Hold your child and be doing that. And if it's to go grocery, put your child in the grocery cart and shop with your child. Don't leave your child with someone you cannot vouch for. All right. So Ronnie said, did you see the live when June started? Stated she was very happy to be at Kora's house because Justin's wakes her up at night because he claimed he needs her. Whoa. Everybody who was watching the live heard it. Hey, hey, wait, wow. This one is shocking. Needs her for what now in the middle of the night? Ah, these children, be praying for them. Oh, as you're loving Justin and loving Korra, be praying for their children because mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Ah, and especially these children being under 6, their mother, the mother wouldn't have any say as to the well-being and prime concern of her children. It's really, really sad. It's really, really sad, honestly. As a person who is experiencing being fondled as a child, I check my kids all the time too. I understand Cora looking and listening to her children. see, when my kids, I said it here a few minutes ago, when my kids were going to daycare, if they come back, the moment they come back, I'm taking off all the clothes. I'm trying to do body examination first. After doing body examination, where we will sit down, we have a conversation. Don't think that because they are kids, they can't say, they will tell you everything. And who took care of you when you needed to go to the bathroom? They will mention. How did the person clean you up? They will tell you. What happened after the clean up? They will tell you. Did the person touch any part of your body? They will tell you. Trust the children. They are so innocent. They are answering you what happened, exactly how it played out. So if you're not doing that as a mother, I'm telling you to wake up. Wake up. The guy said he's not obsessed with Korra. They asked him again yesterday, why are you always making content with Korra? Are you obsessed with Korra? He said no, that he's only doing that to defend himself. He's not seeing through his nose, obviously. And he's still living in denial of what obsession means because you've gotten a divorce. He could have moved on since this year, but this year he came as a bang to like bumper to bumper against Korra from January, February, March. We're in May, he's still talking about Korra. And Olga said he's not obsessed with this woman. I don't know what else to tell him. Let him keep living in denial until when it's done on him that he's has been affected, Honestly, I say it, you're surprised, right? I said I can't catch up with Cora, you see. And all this is happening on live stream. People are gathering evidence. And hey gosh, the kids, those kids love being at their mom's house. Yeah, definitely. Who wouldn't want to be with mom? Because mommy will cook, will make you fun and all of that. For me, hearing Atena keep asking her mom for reassurance repeatedly, is this mom's house a let me read this again. Is this mom's house? Then getting excited when Cora says yes, baby. Like she can't believe she's with um ah I feel for the children. She can't believe she's with mom again. I really feel for the children, honestly. I feel for the children. However, we are watching them on social media. We are going to continue to know about them. They all have handles on social media. Eventually, by the grace of God, life will be fair to them and they will grow up to be amazing children. That's what I will say. Nana said, and also for a professional like him, with his behavior and attitude, he would have lost his license. No one can practice in UK with a license like his can behave misbehaving like this and still practice in UK. Wow. When I tell you my audience are well informed, my audience are professional, my audience are educated minds. Don't just take it because Oyoyo is saying it. If you don't have an idea, just read their comments, you understand. Just go through their comments, you understand how brilliant their comments are. And that's the conversation I want us to be having in my channel. Nana said, it's also For a professional like him, with his behavior and attitude, he would have lost his license in the UK. No one can practice in UK, Great Britain, with a license like his, can be misbehaving like this and still practice. Nobody can practice in UK with with his license for behaving the way he's behaving. And then again, he's crying that his business is suffering, but he's not seeing through himself. That's why I said he's still living in denial. Because if I am a patient looking for someone, a doctor, and I bumped onto the page and I'm seeing everything he's saying about his ex, I might think this guy is such a bitter soul. If he wants to help me straighten my bones, he might as well destroy the bone in the process, because he's not focusing, he's not thinking right. That alone will make him not to have clients. And also, most of the chiropractors in the US, they get clients through referrals. Most of them. When I mean referrals, if I go to see a primary health care and then tell the person I think I have a problem with my limb or problem with my joints or whatever, they are going to say, okay, we are going to refer you to a specialist. So with the chiropractors, they have their, will I say, their flyers in most clinics, though there is a restriction also, that you can't share something. You can't be referring people to where you have benefit. It has to be referral without benefit, without financial benefit to the doctor that is referring. Okay, you cannot be giving, as a chiropractor, for them referring your client to you, you can't pay them back on any monetary thing. Whether it's a trip to Hawaii, is still monetary. Whether it's a $10 gift card, is still monetary. You can't. So the referral should be based on professionalism, because you're trying to refer. So which doctor in his right mind or her right mind will be using this guy's office for referral, knowing the thing he's doing on Facebook? Because before they do all of those, they have to scrutinize the doctor in question, go through background check to make sure the background check is clean. The background check might come out, how will he be? Might not have criminal offenses against him, but he will have some social media damages. And let nobody deceive you that social media is not being taken into consideration. I just finished law conference, 2 days law conference for the Midwest Law Institute. Midwest is the likes of Chicago, Minnesota, and all of that. So we gathered for 2 intensive law conference, 2 days, from 7:20 all the way to 5 p.m. Okay. And that was for 2 days. I did that Monday and Tuesday. And social media, social media is number one thing that what was talked about. And again, AI was one of the things that were talked about. So don't think the law is leaving all these things behind. The law is going along with it. I have some more defamation discussion as well we had there, whereby somebody took something, said something on social media, and they sued the company, and the whole judgment, the whole 9 years. So all the institution I'm talking about, they're going to do proper background check to know how this person is behaving in this society, to know what case is against him. And if it comes out that this guy has been on social media back and forth, dragging, and the reputation, his Google review is nothing to go home with, do you think a sane doctor will use him as referral? No. Can he get his license and his practice flourishing again? Yes, he can get his office flourishing again, but he has to start by not talking about his family, his ex, and focus on discussing business. Do it for 3 months, Mr. Korra Obidi, consistently for 3 months. You will see great change on your Facebook page and your Instagram handle as well. If you like, take it. If you don't like, take it. MAT is obvious. The girls love their mother, and in any other European country, they will be with their mother as the best option. Wow. America is different. To make una leave that matter. America is different. 50-50. Let me read Nana again. I love her analysis. Nana said he was very lucky that he was allowed to keep a baby who was weeks old, be moving from house to house, doing 50-50. It will never happen in the UK. The most they will give a father is weekend and weekly contact. See, Nana, the case between Kora, I don't want to come and play a race card here, but if you know what it is to be black in America, then you understand. So if the case were the other way, you understand, they wouldn't have given that kind of 50-50, especially when the child was still, breastfeeding, especially at that early moment, the period. They wouldn't have done that. I don't even know the judge that decided the case, but that's for you to have an idea of what it is to be black in America. Because a sane person wouldn't have. The child is breastfeeding, at least let this woman have this child for 3 months. If she wears the child out from breast milk, then you can come back to court again. We'll discuss custody. But no, the child as that young, I don't even want to remember it. It was like torture to any. I felt that was what it was for me, watching it unfold on social media. I remember Kora was, packing her breast milk. She eventually turned them to powder. But if the case were the other way, they wouldn't have done that. But it is what it is, if you understand what I mean. Also, Claudette said his continual destructive behavior will have long-time damage to the children. So unfair that these young girls have to endure the weekly back and forth, the two homes. That's the reality, and that's how God has channeled it for them. The parents involve Mr. Korra Obidi and Korra Obidi. You would think they could have come together, I know, but no. And to be honest with you, I would say here is poor advices that made Mr. Korra Obidi to continue doing what he was doing. And the next thing that made him to continue was also the social media money. Remember, he's saying his business is ruined, so he's not making money. He's not getting money from the business, so he needs to pay his bills. And all those social media advisors, all those bunch of women that were there dragging, they made a group, they formed a WhatsApp group on how they are going to destroy Kora. And this man ran with it, mostly because those women were from Nigeria. So he ran with that advice. It's like your so-called black sisters, your so-called Nigerian sisters, forming a group against you. Yeah, these are good women. But where are they today? Where are they today? All the advices they gave this man on how they were going to destroy Kora, where are those women today? They have been back and forth, testifying, confessing on their own will that they are not part of this anymore, that this was what they did. I helped this person with the CPA. I helped this person with this. I was in charge of talking about Kora negatively on social media. That's the one they delegated to Madam Longmouth. Then the other lady, another lady even came out to confess. I was on Entertainment Daily's live stream. I listened to those confessions. I cringed because those women, they are not even the Gen Zs, you say, the baddies that they don't think about tomorrow. They don't know the future of something. They will jump in and start robbing. These are not young people. These are women in their 60s. One of the ladies, the one that claimed to have filed all the document for Mr. Korra Obidi, said that Justin's supposed to be, his age falls within her last child. I was like, that means you're a grandma already. You're a grandma. And she was saying that the reason why she came to help the man was because of the way people were attacking him on social media. And you think the best way to help him is to continue to create chaos for him. Where is he now? Is this sounding or looking or behaving like somebody that really got help? Now they are no longer together. Things has fallen apart for them. They are no longer together because the center is no longer holding. This man and all the bunch of women that were the advisors on how to tear Korra down, how to demonetize her page, how to make her look bad. Where are they today? Where are they? They are now confessing. And to think about it, what do you think that led them to confessing? Because they now know that Korra will go to court. And if there was any WhatsApp group, they shared Korra's children's picture. Will I say those kind of pictures that the law is against? They are going to pull everybody that was in that group if the investigation starts. Now they are running helter-skelter, scattered all over the place, willingly confessing on social media the part they played in this divorce saga. So you're saying it here is definitely back and forth on the children. Instead of them to like, oh God, take this thing off social media, if truly they wanted to help this guy or they were thinking about the children in the long run, those are the things they would have said. I can't see myself, guys. I'm beginning to get worried about these glasses. It has to be focused. I have to look this way. That's why I hate transition glasses. I beg. Bye-bye, Jerry. Make I see better. Better. Make I see myself. Okay. So they had to continue this way because I don't think they are going to go, unless if there is any serious evidence that Korra has that will make the court give her full custody. But sincerely speaking, in our America, I don't see Korra getting full custody. Remember, if you live in America, you know what it is to be a Black America, okay? All right, let me read further and see. Hey, Chisom, thank you for being... Entertainment Daily, you're here too. Thank you for being here. After the live stream, he did a live accusing Korra of trying to turn the girls against him. It is one of his videos where he came live almost every day. I honestly, Ron, I don't even know why he kept doing all of the things. He's damaging his case in the court. And that's why I said, if you plan to go to, I said it before most of you came, if you have a case that you plan to take to court, the less you talk, the better for you, because anything you said will be used against you in the court. Yes, all the things you're saying will be used in the court and it could be against you. So the less you talk, the better for you. For Korra Obidi, she has gotten lawyers. I don't expect her to say anything more. Honestly, there is no point defending herself anymore. She's done. What Korra should continue to do now, to do her live stream, do her live, whatever she's doing by the day, her activities, without talking about this man. From time to time, she can come update you. Yes, the lawyers have filed the case in court, so we are going to allow it to play out. That will be the final update. We are going to allow it to play out in court. Now we are in court without giving details of anything going forth in the court. Once you have a mind of taking any case to court, talk less. This man has been talking like a canary, singing like a bird for months now. And most of those things he said, they are going to download all those videos because it's a lot of work for the attorneys. So when they charge you $1,000 an hour, they are not joking. Download those videos, replay those videos, put them in text, in readable text, okay? They're going to put those videos in text. As they are replaying, they are reading, they are crossing, they are dotting, they are making their notes. By the time it finishes, one of the when we went for the Law Institute on Monday, Tuesday, one of those speakers that came, she said that if she start making, she's a litigation lawyer. So if she start making her case notes, that she's looking at 30 pages of case notes after gathering all the evidences. And then she now start from 30, she'll start to review. She might review them up to 26, she might review them up to 20, depending on what she wants to present in court. And if she feels she needs more evidence, that case notes could be from 0 to anything when you want to defend a case. So these people are going to download all these videos, finding loopholes, what they are going to use against this man in court. I'm saying it again here, even if it's not a divorce case you have, if you have any matter that you think of taking to court in the future, or you're planning to take it the next day, don't come on social media and start talking. The less you talk, the better you have chances of winning your case in the court. Give me 1 second. My daughter just woke up. Sorry, guys. Okay. My daughter just woke up. All right, let me read more of the comment, then we discuss. Aloy said Mr. Obidi had the perfect opportunity with Kora and the kids to demonstrate and show himself to be an expert in dance and maternal and pediatrics, chiropractic. Is that what it is? I don't think he's a pediatric. I think he's a general chiropractor. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure it's pediatrics, but I don't know. I don't follow him that much, so I don't know his specialties. He had every opportunity to use them. He bleed because the woman questioned his money. And also, this is not just for Korra and Mr. Obidi, Mr. Korra Obidi. He also cut across most men in America. I'm gonna give an example. The Africans that go to Nigeria to bring their wives here, send them to nursing school, they start making money. I've talked about in the past how why they end the life of their spouses in America is money. Because the moment the woman start questioning, when the woman start making the money, the next thing the man will be saying, just like what Mr. Korobid is saying, I brought you to this country. Without me, you will not be in America. Without me, you will not get this nursing degree. I paid for the tuition. I put you to school. Now you're making money. You're questioning how I use the money. But the thing they forget is this. You brought the person to America. That's good. And that's true. You put the person to school to go and study nursing. What were you doing when the person was doing the nursing courses? Were you just sitting down waiting for the day you start handling the money? So when I see all of this happening, yeah, he had the perfect opportunity of using Korra and the children to demonstrate and show himself as an expert. He had the perfect opportunity. But he got so bitter. The moment Korra said, I want us to start keeping individual accounts, you have your own account, I'll have my own bank account, it became a problem because he realized the money he was controlling and the one he was making from his business, it was big enough for him to feel like I've arrived. American dreams. There's what we call American dreams here. If you have a good job that you'll be able to buy a home, you have cars to take you from 1.1 to 2, because in America, we don't have good public transportation system. That's why you see a household might have 3 cars, depending on the number of grown children you have. So if you buy a house in America, you're living American dream. So this guy saw that his American dream will be cut short if he gives that money management to Korra. But Korra needed to manage that. She was requesting for it. That became a problem. How can I buy my Hollywood mansion? How can I live the American dream if this lady start managing his account and I'm barely making up to 5,000 a month? It's not going to save you in that American Hollywood dream. 5,000 a month income is not going to cut it. Period. Okay? It's not going to. A bedroom apartment in LA is going for 1,800. Then if you now go to the high brow areas, you might be paying like 5,000 for studio apartment or 5,000 for a one bedroom apartment. So you see why the thing came out the way it came out. Money, 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 money. But they could have still made it together. Unfortunately, he did not agree. And Anna said the UK takes GDPR very seriously. And for a man like him who likes to describe people's body and private. Oh, you even watched that part? I thought I was the only one that heard it too, because Let me read. People's bodies and private. There is there is no way in this world anyone will get to him because he likes to use derogatory words and demeaning words, and no one will patronize him. Yes, a lot of professionals get referrals and recommendation. So imagine someone checking his Facebook page, hearing all his these utterances. Who will recommend such? Nah, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. See, if there is nothing else you've gotten from today's live stream, take this one home. There is no person, there is no doctor, primary health care professional, or whatever that will have this man on referral. Because, like I said, before they start referring you, they will do all the 9 years in background check, both your social media background check, your tax record, your criminal, any case, civil suit, anything. They will check all of those. And the way this man described Kora's body is not the woman I married, it's not the backside I was holding, it's not the frontage I know. See how this guy was busy describing the ex body on social media. You think you send a client there, the client will be safe? At your own peril. Refer to your own peril. What you see is what you get. Thank you, Nana, for this interesting, constructive analysis. I really, really love it. If Mr. Korra Obidi, if he has ears, let him listen. There is no way, I'm making that emphasis again, there is no way any sane person can refer this man to another with the way he describes people's body and body parts and private. There is no sane person that would do that referral. So, if he wants to build his business back, he should start by doing what? Changing his ways, focusing attention on him and not attention on his ex. This divorce is 2 years old now. Move on. Talk about you. Talk about what you can do, the kind of service you can offer to the society. Talk about it and stop talking about your past. Let it remain in the past so you can focus on the future and how to provide for your family. All right, let me read more. Most physical therapists belong to a group. Now, you can refer to a center that your own as a doctor, but you have to let the client know they are partners in that center. You can refer, okay, if I on the most physical therapists belong to a group, yes, they have groups, that is true. You can refer to the center, then the center might not be the ones that will send the referrals to individual offices as they deem fit. Let's assume I have a need and I went to my doctor. My doctor will say, okay, said, I'm giving you a phone number, call this. They are going to help you with your need. They are professionals. So if I call that number, the number will now say, okay, we have AYZ. Let's say we have Dr. Nana, Dr. Ron, Dr. Yoyo, and this is the hours they operate. This is their phone number. Who do you want to us to refer you? Me that is looking for, care, I was okay, give me a minute, let me research about them. Or if I had done the research before calling the numbers, I would have Googled Dr. Nana to see her professionalism, to see her review. I'll Google Dr. Ron to see her professionalism, her review, and also go beyond to Google to see if there is any legal case against these people. Some people do that. Then when I have finished my due diligence, I will now place a call through the number. So from that number, they are now going to tell me, who do I want to see? Do I want to see Dr. Ron M? Do I want to see Dr. Nana? Do I want to see Dr. Yoyo? I will now say, oh, I think I'm going to go with Dr. Ron M. Yeah, the hours work best for me. They will now transfer the call to the office of Dr. Ron, fix the appointment with me. That's what Ron is trying to say. It's the same thing when you're going to see a dentist. If they make you a referral, your insurance, for example, refer you to their primary care providers, then when you call, you have lists of the people under that center or under that group. So Ron is very correct. I had surgery at my doctor's center and I had to sign a paper to continue care and acknowledge he told me. Oh, you see? Yeah, absolutely. There is absolutely nothing professional about him. He doesn't need to drink and become intoxicated just for fun, or that is normal or is that his normal behavior? Oh my gosh. He would discuss female anatomy and think it's nothing. See, when I watched that part, I watched it at Entertainment Daily when he was analyzing Kora's body. I said, child, this guy is still missing Kora. That was the only thing that came to my mind. Because you cannot tell me that if a girl that you said you kicked out, this video I watched today, it was yesterday's video. He said that was why I kicked her behind out. You kicked her behind, but you're still analyzing her behind. You're now suggesting to your audience that she had work done. She has done her behind and done the front. That it wasn't the body you used to know. This guy sometimes talk like somebody who gets, you guys should understand. As a woman grows older, her body begins to change. And as a woman gets through pregnancy journey, the body changes. There are so many reasons why a woman's body will change. And coming from so-called doctor that he claims to be is surprising. His thinking is because of she did her body. Which kind of work did Kora do? I don't see body. I don't see boobs. I don't see backside. So when I watched it, I just said that is obsession 101. He hasn't gotten over that body, and that is one of the problems. And until he starts realizing that he's losing focus on what is important, which is him, and placing the whole focus on Kora, which is in the past, he will continue to talk this way. Bet me in June, we are still talking about this. July, we'll still be here talking about it. By December this year, we'll still be talking about it. He's not going to stop. And it's unfortunate he doesn't have that kind of a mother that will pull him back. That's why I like African mothers. Oh. Yeah. African mothers, African American mothers. Woo! Don't joke with the mamas. Some mamas will stand their feet and tell you, you know what? That's enough. I've had enough. I'm done. I don't want you to. If you do this again, these are the consequences. But unfortunately, he doesn't have such a person in his life that would tell him enough is enough. You've done enough. It's okay. It's okay. Cut it. Stop it here. Let's focus on why you went to school, your certificate, your license to practice. Let's dwell on the positives. Let's leave the negative. He doesn't have that. And he used to have it in the lives of the Nigerian mamas that were advising him, but now they've all left him. So who is there with him now? I don't know. The fact that Justin, as he so called himself, doctor, felt it okay to remove his breastfeeding child from his mother tells you that he's not fit to be a parent. I say it there. I really wish we don't have to think about that again. If I think about that again, it breaks my heart. As a mother, it pierces so deep that a child will just from breast milk to powdered milk on weekly interval. Imagine. And then I remember those days he will be feeding the child with powdered milk. Atina refused to drink milk today. We're saying it on Facebook. I was like, why would she not refuse to drink milk? The taste is not the same. It's not the same. If a child tastes breast milk first and then suckle on it for 2 weeks, try and give that child powdered milk. The child will not agree. So when you think about the whole damage is done, you can't even begin to put them into pictures because you will not be able to sleep well. A week after a child was born, the child was hijacked from the mother. She did not see her child. Her breast milk was full, heavy, painful. This man mean shower. A heart day strong like Zuma rock. I can't even begin to imagine that. I can't begin to think about that. And Korra came to cry. People think people just started loving her for nothing. It was what she went through at those first instance when she was crying. I don't know where my baby is. They took my baby from me. There is no way that will not break a woman to think, oh no, why? Even if you guys are having this problem, must this child also be a problem? Must this child, why not let the child continue to, suckle, and then why you battle your case in the court? No, they took the child away from the mother that early. Let us not forget what happened 2 years ago. Some of us are still very attentive. You can see the people following Korra. They can tell you what happened, what played out. And then today, this man is crying victim. Despite all the things he did, he's crying Korra and her team. They ruined his business, ruined his reputation. Why you brought all of this upon yourself by your action, with your words? Who? Victory at last. Hey, Pastor Rose. Thank you for joining us today. Longest time. Thank you for being here. He even discussed his children's female anatomy. No. Aloy, are you serious? Did this happen? I'm saying it. So this man has score going up here. Somebody should start calling. There was a song. Somebody should call the doctors or something. I can't remember that song. Oh, when somebody was having a problem, call the nurse or call the doctor. There was a saying like that. Discuss the children's. Are you serious? This is unbelievable. Hey, Entertainment Daily. Hey, how are you? I can't believe this. So, where he expected the black followers to give him money. Oh, he expected them to give him money. He should not. So, because almost everything built in this country hundreds of years ago were built under free labor. So we are not dashing any free money again. Okay. When you see all those monuments you see in this country, you understand they were built on free labor. I don't want to go through talking about it because it's also painful. The part our great-grandfathers also played. All right. Crystal did a live on Facebook and on YouTube. She stated that Justin gave her permission that the kids' war was shared on the internet. Whoa, that's a felony. Of course. Felon. It is. It is a criminal case. Whoa, they shared it. Hey, I think in my own understanding and observation, I think the reason why those women came out willingly confessing the part they played in helping Mr. Korra Obidi could be because of this Facebook WhatsApp chat where they shared Korra's children's pictures. Because by the time this gets to court, they are going to pull the list of people in that group. And don't think because you left, you're no longer attached to the group. They are not pulling the group just for today. They are pulling it at the time that those pictures, videos were shared. That's the group membership. That's what they are going to put. And all the names of the people that saw the pictures, watched the videos, will all be made open. And that's how they start, compiling lists of those that will be witnesses, those they are going to call as witness. So I think these women running Helter Skelter, they're trying to exonerate themselves from this liability. But unfortunately, they did, if truly they shared those children's, that kind of video or pictures on that WhatsApp group, you can't run away from that. It's going to catch up with you eventually. Your name will be among the people in the group where that picture, that video was shared. This is now code T. So when he stated Justin gave her permission, she entangled him legally and criminally in the crime she committed. Of course. This is where you know your audience. Your audience are not just smart, they are brilliant, and they know what they're analyzing. The analysis is not just on hearsay, the analysis is based on facts. This is what the law says. If you partake on this, if you're a member of this, if you shared or if you received this video, that picture, you are contravening a particular section of the law. That's what Ron M is talking about here. This woman came on social media and made a live stream admitting, read my words, admission, that's what has admission in court. She admitted to the people watching her that when she made the video, the picture of the children, that Mr. Korra Obidi gave his permission. So this woman has looped Mr. Korra Obidi into this case. So it's not just the woman they are taking to court. They will call this man as witness. Well, the difference is Mr. Korra Obidi did not pay anything. Kora was the one earning. Even when she was pregnant, he sent her to the street to hustle money to pay for June's birth and his school fees. I say it. You know, here we've talked about this several times. For women thinking, if with my money he's going to love me, he's going to be there for me. Run. That man, if a man is not willing to sweat it out to, contribute funds with you to make, some valuable investment in your life as a wife, especially when it comes to giving birth to a child, expecting you to pay for the hospital bill. Think again, think again, especially for our men that are sending their wives to come and do nothing. And then when the woman said, I want to take charge of my money, you go and then buy the person in the process. Think again, you lady. You can have joint accounts with your spouse. You can. But if your money is being used in a way that you can't even give account of what the money is used for, that's when you start questioning the money. If the man is prudent, carrying you along in how the money is spent, there is nothing wrong with that on how you manage your finances. But when the man throws the money as if she's the one sweating it, throws it around anyhow, you have every right to question how your hours you put in to earn that money. You have to question what that money is used for. Honestly. Okay. He expected his black followers to give him part of the money from. Okay, Ron M, is that what you're trying to say? I heard the video. He posted Mr. Korra Obidi. That's an interesting conversation. Thank you for bringing it up, Ron M. Mr. Korra Obidi made a post on social media saying that why he blocked and cut off from Madam UK, the Madam Longmouth, that's what they call her. Okay, why he cut off from Lolo was because she was not accounting for the money she was making from the video of him and Kora. So let me break it down. This lady was number one person discrediting Korra Obidi on social media, and then so-called fighting for justice and saying all manner of things against Kora, against Nancy, against Cheta, against Kora's family. He was doing it to make Kora look bad. Like I said, their confessions are beginning to come out. Not one person, there are three of them now talking. The other person says she was in charge of calling the social services for Kora's children, that each time social services knock at Kora's door, they were the ones calling them. And she was gathering evidence and gathering information that they were going to use against Kora to be able to get full custody of the children. That confession is on Facebook. If you doubt me, Google it. Then the second person that also confessed what she contributed. Then this other lady, the Lolo, she was in charge of, constantly making live videos of a video, bringing people. Even Mr. Korra Obidi was sending people to her live stream. Remember the nanny that she interviewed I think it was last year. A nanny that lived with Mr. Korra Obidi and Korra Obidi was called on. Who linked the nanny to this lady in UK? It was Mr. Korra Obidi. So this lady was making massive views on social media, massive income, super chats. People were gifting her anyhow. So Mr. Korra Obidi expected this lady to split the money, maybe in half, or maybe give him a 40%, 50, 30, 60. But the lady was not remitting funds. Let me explain the remitting of funds thing. You know, most churches, for example, they have branches all over the world, right? And monthly, you're expected to remit AYZ amount to the headquarters. So, Madam Lolo in England was making her live stream, making money on social media with information Mr. Korra Obidi was giving her and pocketing all the proceeds that comes from that. So, few days ago, it's not up to 1 week, few days ago, Mr. Korra Obidi posted on his page that the reason why some of them, that this woman, that part referring to my Lolo, that she was making money and she never shared the money she made from him with him. So it was shared by Lolo herself. Lolo made a live stream saying, "Did you guys see it?" She shot the statement and used it for her video. And guys, while she was on live stream talking about it, the man had gone to delete the post. But before the man deleted that post, she had already gotten the message. And that's what Ron M is referring to. So the aim was, let me give all this information about Kora, about our marriages, so that as they're making money, they are remitting funds for me. I'm going to be large. He bought a big house. Was it bought or rent? I don't know. And thinking that why the money, coming from every angle, he'll be living larger than life, right? Unfortunately, those women were out on social media to better their bank account and not to better the bank account of Mr. Korra Obidi. And that's one of the reasons why they fell out. Guys, you see people with wrong motive. If anybody is coming to your life to help you, find out the motive behind that help you're getting. Is that person using you to shine? Is that person using you to get glory? Is the person using you to make money? Find out the intention. Or is the person genuinely using you to promote you, to make you better, to give you a better life? Find out the reason why somebody is helping you. Somebody might say, I am helping you, but the intention of the help is because they are getting money from you. So it's not really true help. True help has nothing in return. They are doing it because of what? Out of love. They are doing it to help you, to boost you, to encourage you. For example, you're a student and somebody is saying, I'm going to pay your scholarship. And the person wants to give you money for tuition. They will bring camera and video you the process of giving you money. That person is using it to pump her own image or his own image. He's trying to do a good thing, but he's using you to pump his image so that the world will know what he's into. So this is the time for us to start asking some questions. These women made this man believe, okay, maybe, yeah, if we start talking about it, they start talking about they're going to make money, they're going to give me back. They never gave him any money back. And that is one of the reasons that he's so pained. All right. Even with all this stuff, he's destroying his image because no sane person will allow, parents will allow their daughter to marry to marry him like this. Some crazy women will still marry him. Oh, trust me, they will. Hey, Florence, Nikki, longest time. Thank you for being here. Joanne, thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. The viewers too. Yeah, thank you for being here. Okay. Entertainment, he is too vindictive. That's the perfect word for him. He is too vindictive, a perfect word for him. I'm going in a program. I will not be able to focus. Please pardon me. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. I attend your activities. He was the root and still the root of all the evil. You can't say it less. He brought it to social media. He never stopped talking. He's still talking and he goes around to cry to those his gullible people that will believe what he's saying, that he's the victim. He's not the victim. He was the one that initiated this whole process in social media. He launched this attack upon Korra, and at the same time, he backfired upon himself. Like I said, if you're pointing one finger at people, remember the rest of the fingers are pointing directly at you. Before you go removing the clog on somebody's eye, try and remove the one on your eye. His intention was, this woman was handling how to discredit Korra's reputation. The other one was they all gathered together to fight against Korra. When you ask them why, I don't see any tangible reason. Because if truly those women cared for Mr. Korra Obidi, they would have advised the Mr. Korra Obidi to stop talking. And even if when they get information from him, they wouldn't come to social media to use those to make content. They would have told me, you know what, get this out of social media. Let's pursue your divorce case. We are going to help you, if possible, get a full custody of your children, but we don't want to see anything on social media. Because the more you put things on social media, the more your life is being messed up. Nobody, none of them advised this man in that direction. Rather, they were busy trying to tear Korra down and then get the children by all means. And you think about it, all these women, I believe they're all mothers. The lady at Wallowa said that Justin is falls between the age of the last child. So she should be a grandmother. They never saw that you yanked off a baby, newborn, from the mother when the baby is supposed to be suckling. They never felt the pain of labor. They never remembered. They can remember their own, but they don't want to put themselves in this woman's position. Let's forget about Korra's thing of what she's doing on social media. Let's think about Korra, the mother. She gave birth few days down the line, 6 days after her child was taken from her. The child was still suckling. They start going back, forth. All these women that were there fighting to take over full custody of those children, they have their children with them. And you think that karma wouldn't have happened the way it happened. Karma happened. That's why they are no longer together. The center can no longer hold. And the moment the center couldn't hold anymore, Mr. Korra Obidi became what? Crazy on social media. Talking about everything and nothing. About his love life with Korra, their relationship, their marriage, and all the lies, all the truth, everything in between. When somebody is trying to help you find out the agenda behind the help, that will give you the opportunity to think it through, whether you want to go that route or you don't. Hey, Unique Peppy, thank you for being here. Beautiful host, looking good as always. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, my beautiful people. Yes, Court is the best bet for Korra, and she should refrain from talking about Mr. Dean on her platform. Bam, 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 bam. Korra and Korra's team, if you hear this, I said it here numerous times, and somebody is echoing my words. As you have begun this court journey, say less about this man. Talk less about this man. Because they're going to pull all the videos you've made in the past, analyze the videos one after the other to see what they can use to discredit your case in court. Court cases, especially this kind of dirty divorce, is not fun at all. It's not fun. So the less you share, the better chances of you getting fair hearing. If you share more, you're going to, in one word or the other, say the things that might be used against you in court. I think he rented the house. Oh, he rented the house. Okay. The evil that men do leaves after them. Now he's running up and down They are running up and down confessing, honestly. This man is a user and an abuser in plain sight. Bam, bam, bam. I love my audience. Chai. One day we're going to do a social media party so we get to know each other. Let me even drop my link in case you want to share. I completely forgot my link today. Guys, forgive me. I was just talking, and my brilliant audience, we are making it very conversational, making it so much fun with all the inputs they are putting out here. Rose Chichi, thank you for joining me today. Thank you for being here. He can't afford to stay in that rented apartment for much longer, even with the coins he gets for Facebook from bashing Korra, which is probably why he wants full custody so he can move to a cheaper state. CM, if he gets full custody of the children, he can still stay in that place. You know why? Because Korra will now be the one paying child support. Okay. And since he's claiming that Korra makes so much money on Facebook, the court are going to determine the child support percentage based on what is applicable in their state of California and the income the parent that is not with the children, is making. So if he's claiming that Korra is, he might be getting a huge sum of money for the care of the children. And also for the fact that Korra put the kids in private school, that will also that will also contribute to the child support money and all of that. They have to maintain that quality of life that they started them with. So think again. This guy needs full custody so that for the next 18 years, no, he's no longer 18, for the next 60 years, because the second child is 2. For the next 60 years, Korra will be feeding him and the children, paying rent. Because when they give you all these child custody money, let's be honest, especially those big ones, right? You don't use all of those to buy groceries. Yes, you don't. You don't. You also use them to buy, even if you're buying grocery with them alone. Are you just going to say, okay, this is grocery money for the children, and you just buy and feed the children, you not eat? You eat now, you know how it goes. So I'm happy that Korra has gotten attorneys that will help her with the case. So most likely we are going to see the outcome when the court case started and going on. All his supporters are selfish. I'm telling you, Mel, it's from your channel. I've talked about you before you came in here, that most of those confessions, I watched them from your page. So for anybody that wanting to hear the confession of Mr. Korra Obidi's gang from the WhatsApp group gang, if you want to hear that they are confessing, go to Entertainment Daily and listen. She did case by case as they were confessing, she was analyzing. So go there and have that conversation. Hey, Lexi, I can see you, Lexi. I can see you on my phone. Get out of here now. Now. Get out. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second, okay? Pardon me. Entertainment Daily, thank you for being here. Let me just mute and talk to this child of mine. She picked up my phone.
Voila. Lexi, they don't catch you. Hello. Thank you very much for having me, host. Oh my goodness. I just came in and I started laughing. Hello to everyone in the comment section. First of all, before I say anything, I want to say good job to you. Your analysis, oh my goodness. I've been listening. I'm like, yes, every single thing, you are nailing it. Seriously. But one thing I want to ask now is I wonder what is going through the mind of those people, and I'm talking about this Mr. Korra Obidi's fans or supporters, or those people that are always rooting for him and acting as if every other person is against them. What do they think when they heard this story where Korra Obidi was saying that when they got to the US, this man didn't even have a place for them to stay? And for me, as a Nigerian person, to think that this man has been shading us, and no Nigerian person gets married, a man will get married, or an African man get married without preparing a place, no matter how small. There must be a place. As you're doing your wedding, you know that you're going from the church or from the traditional venue straight to your husband's home, not to his office. So I wonder what people have to say right now, that you go to the office and to think that this man had zero plans, up to the extent that she was pregnant and she had to swallow her tummy, tuck it in, to go and be doing catwoman, meow, meow, meow in the streets of LA. Because that's what she said. She said when she went for the this and she noticed she was pregnant, she was like, I have to do something because they were in his office. But now he's telling us, and I brought her to the US, and I brought every single thing he tells us. He will remind us the fact that he brought her to the US to go and stay in an office. Isn't it better if she would have stayed back home? Seriously, what do you think, host?
Sincerely, most of these things I'm just hearing them honestly. And because you keep playing them out on your video, nobody will come and say it's hearsay. You're hearing it from the horse's mouth. When you say I bring somebody from another country, I brought her to the US. Fine, that's the truth, right? But as you're bringing the person to the US, you should have a home where the person goes to. You can't just be hanging. And for me to hear that Korra was, is will I say, talking in her stomach to go and do all those street dance to make money on streets of LA, it shows that the man has no income. And let me say it here, okay? If this guy left for China, was living in China, he had no home to his name in US because he's still hustling for money. It's not that he has arrived. So you can maintain two rents at the same time when you're hustling for money. Okay. So this guy was paying rent in China, had no home, and then when they came, he did not even make contacts. Maybe his friend or whatever, go online and book an Airbnb or rent a home online or whatever. He did not do any of those. So it's very shocking for me to hear that Korra was doing all of those, begging money with pregnancy, the streets of LA. I saw some of those videos, old videos that are also on Korra's channel. Go down and see it. That you never know the real story behind all of those. It was because there was no money. I am still in shock hearing this. Welcome, Ron M. Thank you for joining us here today. Thank you for being here and all the conversation on the analysis you've been giving us on the comment section. Thank you for those education. We really, really appreciate them. He was living with her in China because he had been fired in China. Wow.
Yes, remember, he told on himself, he stated that his team kept coming in last. And if you know the Chinese, they like to come in first. They don't like last place.
Yeah.
So he kept losing. So they fired him because he was the lead of the team. And if you're the lead, you take the responsibility. So if you take the responsibility, you take all of the you get all of the negativity too. So the lead got fired and somebody else was placed in his position. So he was no longer working as a therapist in China. That's why he was so in China he could be Cora's cameraman.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
That makes
he
sense.
didn't stop working in his field in China to help Cora. He got fired and worked and started helping Cora because he had to go live with her because he had nowhere else to stay. Because if you're in China, like I teach ESL, they provide you a place to live. But if
Mhm.
you get fired, you have no place to live because they take that.
Exactly.
So
Wow.
either the only way you can stay and the reason he couldn't work because you get a specific visa, a specific work permit to work at that
Exactly.
job.
Hmm.
So in order to work at another job, you have to go and file another work permit. So you can stay, but you can't work.
Wow. It's
So
very,
see, client,
see, guys, you see, there are people that have been following this story from day one. So
plus
don't
I
think,
wasn't following it from day one, but I know about Chinese. I know about how the visas because I teach ESL, so I know how
okay,
that works.
you
And
see.
because I know that if you can teach English, like if you go to one school and you get fired from an ESL school, and then
Mhm.
you go to another one, well, that visa may not work at that next school, but that school would have to put in with the government because they need to know where you are at all times. Because remember, China is not a democratic
It's
society; it's a
not.
communist. So you have to register.
You see, so I didn't even know he was fired because his team wasn't losing. And trust Chinese, they well, even though in their Olympics is like war. If they take you to Olympic and you're not winning gold, and America is winning ahead of China, they are not finding it funny at all. Talk
Well, it
more of
was he was his physical therapist team. I guess they were like they would they would enter like competitions,
yeah,
like medical competitions and write papers, but his team was coming in last. Now he stated that on one of his lives. So see, he told on himself. So when people start saying, well, he was taking care of Korra, well, they left China, they went to Africa. And if you notice in Africa, her family took care of him.
yeah.
And because Nancy stated that he didn't want for anything. He didn't have to spend any money. And when they got married in Africa, they expected for his father to come, but his mother came and gave him away.
Okay, entertainment. You said yes for 9 months. What happened in for the 9 months?
He was in Nigeria for 9 months, and Korra Obidi's
Excuse you?
family took care of. Yes, 9 months they were in Nigeria when they were processing her papers. It was when everything was now almost the time to go to the US before they left for the US. So you had 9 months that you were chilling in Nigeria. You could not put things together in the US. You could not call your family together and say, okay, I'm coming with my wife. Y'all, okay, since I don't have money, can y'all put something? Because if it's Nigeria, that's what we would do. We, the family members, we will contribute money and rent a home for you. As
Exactly.
you're
He
coming to your
couldn't. His
apartment.
father
Pretty
was in
funny.
prison. His brother was in prison. He only had his mother. So where was he going to get the money from?
Are you serious right now?
That's what I keep saying about red flags. If my daughter came to
Mm.
me with a man and wanted to marry him, and I found out that his brother and his father was in prison, I would be like, no, I don't think this is a good idea.
Exactly. So Mel, now I say Nigerian. You see, Cora saw all the red flags, and she still went into this marriage.
I don't know all these things now. Okay, let me not say PG, let me not speak PG, because Ron will not understand. All these things boils down to the song of Bob Marley now. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. That's what is even up till now. She's still stuck there from what she said recently on one of her live streams. And she said it, and you could see with her body language and how she went to the next thing she wanted to say. I was like, hi, you still have not learned nothing. Marriage is not about certain type of people. It's not about looks. It goes beyond that. But I think that's her preference. Because when
Well,
somebody
we
kind
could
of
say
fits her,
looks because now Justin Dean is not nice looking. He's not what you would call a wow
Thank
best man.
you.
I'm
Thank you for
sorry.
saying that, Ron. Thank you.
I'm gonna tell you, when African and black women, and black men and African men get with white women, it don't matter how they look. It's just the color of their skin that they want. From what I've seen, it's like when I see a black man with a white woman, most of the time it's the most out of shape, big white woman that probably no other white man wants. And
Wow.
that's look at YouTube. That's what you're going to see. And if you see a nice looking white woman with a black man, that black man is making a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
good point. Good point.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you see white men with black women, they usually on YouTube. They usually in the black women are pushing the YouTube and they have a lot of following, they're making a lot of money. And the
Hmm.
white man not working nowhere. And the black woman taking care of them.
Oh,
I don't know where they find this typo. I swear down.
I mean, but I'm sorry, I
no,
don't want nobody I have
sincerely,
to take care of.
sincerely,
So
what Ron M said here is true. If you see them
Yeah.
on Facebook, they have a lot of followers. They're making a lot of money because People in Africa, they see, oh, that's a perfect thing. Oh, they are so loving. It's not all of that. If this thing is not coming in called money, it's not coming, you will not see them. And Mary, you keep talking about this slave mentality. Do you think it has stopped? No,
No, oh no, that
it
slave
hasn't stopped.
mentality. Look, it's on TikTok, and it's biracial children are talking about how their white mother and white fathers treat them, and how when they get angry with the biracial child, how they call them the N word.
You see?
And now these are white people married to black people, African people. But when they get angry, they revert back to their true selves. Because, like I stated, I typed in, a white person will marry a black person, but they will never see you as equal to them. You are not equal because they've grown up and they've always it's been ingrained. Black people are not equal to us. That's like Chinese people. They don't think black people equal to them.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know,
I
they. I
think
mean,
also
they
it
can
boils
say
down to
that
how our some of
Chinese people are
our
people of
women
color.
or men are doing it. Do you understand? I feel like the presentation matters a lot. How you present your family, your people, your whatever
I don't
is
think
going to
that's
determine
necessarily it. It's
how
the
he's going
person
to
you
treat you.
marry. It's the
Well,
other
yeah,
person.
that's
It's the
true.
white
But I
person
think
you marry.
sometimes our people, you know, will come off like acting like this person is a savior, this person is a this person is a
Yeah.
that. No, I'm
Yeah.
not doing that with you. I'm showing you, look here, you see, my father's got so many this, so many that. I'm slowly taking you to see my cousins. You see splits of cards and everything. I'm just showing you, telling you my friends, I'm showing you this is my friend. She just bought a car. This, I'm telling you everything. This one is doing well. That's happening. So you know that I'm coming from somewhere. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm slowly when we're talking, just jokingly, I'm just giving you the history of my country. I'm just presenting so you know it sits with you that don't think that you are better and don't think that you're doing me a favor. So sometimes I feel like our people will just sit there and let people say whatever they want to say, and it is, even if that partner of yours or that husband of yours is not saying anything, it is sinking into his head.
Exactly.
So if you
See,
don't clear it, immediately they start, you shut them down. Like immediately you want to start, I'm telling you, look, my country remains one country in the world where when they are producing all these special cars, they contact people in my country to come and purchase. So if you think that you're better, leave it. So I will always not allow you to go there.
You
You
know,
understand? So
you
It's
know
if
because
what?
now
You know
you
what
know
this
your
remind me
onion.
of? This remind me of when Megan, Meghan Markle, she married to Prince Harry. So when she said that they started dating, and he told her all the things that he had done, because he said that in it was unconscious bias, you know, uh, where he was living in, because he had never dated a black woman before, and so he told her he wanted to learn how not to be that way, and he wanted to have a clean, he wanted to learn. So when a person come to you and they put it out and they tell you how they were and how they want to be perceived and how they want to change, and then you see that change manifest in that person, because if you notice, when his family, he stood up for her. Now see, when your significant other stand up against their family for you, um then you know that that person really is into you. I mean,
Okay,
because she even
I
stated
want
that
to
she quit him.
I want to read this comment. Okay, Nana said, I don't think he told her much in details about his brother and the father, even his ex-wife, and he didn't want Korra to know much about her. He only said he cheated and he left her. See, I kind of understand why Nana said this, because some men will hide a lot of things from you. They won't tell you their past, they won't tell you their stories, just to win your heart, to get you into the institution called marriage. But the thing, and I keep saying it here in my live streams, if you're marrying someone, America is a country whereby everybody has one link or the other in the internet, one information you find about anybody. It's not like where we come from in Africa. It's difficult for you to go online and Google about somebody and get information. But if you're marrying someone that lives in America, let me use Western world, do your due diligence by doing your research. Do background check. Don't just assume on what they tell you and you run with it. Yeah, how about your father? Oh, my father is no longer with my mom. He's just there. So there, where is the there? Due diligence. The mom, if Korra had done due diligence by going online to do background check on this man, maybe she would have had a rethink. And then again, I'm also thinking the quest to come to America is another thing that could have moved her to overlook everything she saw. She just wanted to the Hollywood because the guy promised heaven and earth
Well,
about
that's not
Hollywood.
true because she was in China and it would have been easy for her to come from China to America.
No, it's not. It's not. She's still having Nigerian passport. It's not. It's
I
not.
would have thought it would have been easier to leave
No,
China and
it's
come to
not.
America.
If she has Chinese nationalization, maybe she will use that. It will be easier for her. But so far she has a Nigerian passport, it's not that easy to get the visa to come. So that could be
You're
another
so
thing.
correct, host.
Huh?
You're so correct.
Yeah, it's not that easy. So it could
Oh.
also be, we don't know the whole, because I can't believe that this guy went 9 months in Nigeria. And in Nigeria, because we are so family oriented, once you have a guest, you're not putting your guest where the guest will be paying rent. No, you assume responsibility of that guest until the guest leaves. Let me say, for example, I'm traveling back to Africa now and I'm taking Nana with me. Nana lives in America. We agreed she's an American. I'm taking her home. I'm making sure that her well-being is taken care of, from food to travel to any transportation she's going to go through. I will bear the expenses. I don't expect my guest to come in and start footing bills from day one. It's not done in our tradition. So this man went 9 months. I'm just hearing about 9 months with Cora, Nancy, and family. Ate their food free of charge, slept in their place free of charge, and he had this kind of guts to come and start tearing them down on social media because of divorce.
But
I
what can
mean,
you expect? She had from the day she met him, she had taken care of him.
that's true, though. That's true. And look at another thing say here, that Cora is still blown away that he's Oyibo. She doesn't understand there are levels. There is a trailer park Oyibo. That's true. Trailer park, for those who do not know, there is Arboro. There was, will I say, how
Before
will
they
I
had
say Arboro?
Wait, did you read her book? Did you read a book? Okay, she got a
I did.
passage in a book where she and this guy started a dance company. She was
Yes.
keeping the books for the dance company, but she wasn't getting paid a cent, not a dime. So this is not the first time. She did not learn.
Wow.
She started a whole company with this guy and she received not a dollar.
So you can see what the major problem of this people's divorce is finance. I can't say it less, and I will keep saying it whether people believe it or not. It's not because of Cora being naked. It has nothing to do. He enjoys she being naked. He enjoys her being naked. It's not because of that. It's because
My
of
thing
money.
is, I hope she doesn't end up like this again because, see, I read a book and this has happened before, you know, with the company she started with her boyfriend.
Hmm. Okay, look at what Unique Peppy said here. And after family have treated him like a king for 9 months, that is how Mr. JD decided to pay them by dragging them and causing them so much pain. Too bad. JD is truly an ingrate and heartless. That is obvious. He is. And Nana said, Claudette, well, he's telling us he has 3 degrees for sure. He will believe that is he's a doctor. No, 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 no. The thing is that Cora is not an uneducated person. Cora has a college degree before she left Nigeria. So if somebody is telling you something, there is a little, will I say, a little chance for you to Google that person, to research about that person. I will say this because I came from Nigeria. I came from Nigeria. And the moment I came from Nigeria, there was somebody they told me about. The first thing I did was to go online and check the person out. I did not start living in America before I got that information. My intuition said, okay, how will I even know this person? Maybe what the person has done. I went to Google, typed the full name, Google pulled the information of that person and the family members in the US. So all of these small, small things are something young women out there listening. Don't just think because this person is Oyibo, you think, yeah, I've gotten a deal. No, marry someone that has value, somebody who appreciates you, not just because you think, yeah, I'll get past with so many things. There was a story I read about a black woman. She said she made sure she married a white person because of her hair, that she doesn't want her children to have her 4C hair. That was war. Her combing her hair
And you'll
going on.
see that a lot. That is colorism, and that is negative projection of yourself. So see,
Exactly.
that's self-hate. So in America, you have that is why when the royal family, when the members kept asking about the child's color, I live in the South and I know what the paper brown bag test is because you know most families prize light skin. So
Yeah.
the first thing they do when they see the baby, what color is the baby? Oh,
Wow.
is the baby dark? Look at the baby's ears because that's going to tell if the baby's going to get darker or not. So
Exactly.
those are colorist ideals. And in the black community, and I hate to say this, when Chris Rock was like, "Oh, this is what most black people do, ask about color." No, I'm offended if my family member came and asked me about my child's color because that means that you're going to be discriminating against my child within the family if my child is not light enough. And that does take place.
You
For
see?
instance, you may get an aunt who may buy this child something and not buy this child something. And it's not because the child's personality is so great, it's because of the skin color.
Wow. Guys, you see, every day we hear new things, every day we learn new things. And I tell you, it's not easy being black in America. That's just what I will say.
Colorism is a big thing. Like you have racism, but you have colorism, and colorism is next to racism in the United States. And it's you don't hear people talk about it, but it is very, very it's awful. Especially if you go to the places like Hampton, where you have like the upper class Black Americans, and you have most of those people are high yellow, light skin, very light. You go down to New Orleans, even though they are Creole, but they are still black people, but they won't say that they're black because they don't want to be black because it's a thing about color. And if they marry a black person and have dark kids, there's a stigmatism placed on that dark child. I mean, there's a video, you should watch it, and they talk about colorism in the United States,
Is it on
and
Netflix?
no, it's on YouTube actually.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
a video, and they go through different families down in Louisiana, Creole, because most of the times that's okay during slavery. Most if the plantation owner went with this black lady and she had a child that could pass for white, they mostly would sell her down to Louisiana.
Wow.
And most of the time they would be sold down to Louisiana because those were acceptable, high class. They was just considered they were in a better class. And when they talk about, okay, this person worked in the house because the lighter skinned people worked in the house and the darker skinned people worked in the field. And there's actually a slave owner from the Caribbean. He wrote a paper and he sent it to slave owners in the South. And he told the slave owners how they could keep conflict within the black people so that they don't turn on them. So if you give a person who has nothing something to hate, then they won't hate you because they're so busy hating that little thing inside of somebody that looks like them.
Yeah.
And so, and I think that that's a really bad thing, and it's a thing going around on YouTube where you have these black women that are married to white men, and they're showing off their white husbands before and after. Like, okay, this is how he looked before the black woman, and this is how he looks after the black woman, because he looks 10 times better after the black woman because the black woman has taken him and gotten his hair done, gotten his nails done, you know. So he's looking 10 times better. If you got money, hey, you look good when you got money. I mean, be for real.
Honestly, I really pray that it goes well for Cora and Justin, but I don't see that happening. And our viewers here, they've been commenting as well. Let me see if I'll read one or two comments. I say it said, Justin's problem is the family telling him that he's the head of the home and those are his children, etc. According to the culture, he's just acting in tribal terms now because he was told that. Yeah, they must have told him, our thing, how it's done. But unfortunately, you continue to do that when you still have the family. But he no longer has the family. Now he has to think about what is the best interest for my children. But like I said, from what Justin Mr. Korra Obidi is saying on social media, that he doesn't have business anymore, that his business has been badly destroyed. So he's using social media to pay his bills. As a matter of fact, that's what he's using. But unfortunately, he's hurting himself, you know, greatly. He is doing just that. He's not helping himself, he's not helping his business, and he has no plans of doing that. So he's him assuming the position of the head is no longer there. There is no more family. So he can no longer be the head. Right now they have two heads in the two families. Cora is the head of the family. Justin is the head of the family. If they want to file their taxes, for example, in terms of American law, Justin will file separate, Cora will file separate, and who claims the children? They might agree one person will claim one person will claim one child for tax purposes, because no one parent will claim both children. Is not done. So all these things they are doing, they will continue to do this for the next 16 years. The only way it could be stopped or rather reduced if there is a court order which you must obey, saying that you don't discuss your spouse, you don't discuss your ex, you don't discuss your ex, and everybody will obey that. And again, they are going to look at this image protection, his so-called file. You can't be filing image protection against the mother of the children. Remember, the first court order they had said you must always consult with each other in terms of the children. The only time you do not need an express consent is when there is emergency, health emergency. Child is convulsing at home. You have to rush the child to healthcare. You don't have to wait until you get the consent of the other parent. Apart from that, on every other thing that pertains to the children, their welfare, well-being, school, education, hospital, you register them, the kind of psychologists they see, you must consult with the other and get the consent before you do so. So Mr. Korra Obidi filing the image protection on Facebook against Korra is not the right thing. And remember, he only did that against Cora's page. So he did not specify against every other person that shared this content on social media. Because if you go to other people's pages that have shared the children videos on their pages, they are still there. So that protection wasn't just for the children. It was against Korra. It was to make sure that Korra does not make money with the children on Facebook. All right, I'm going to read another comment. Okay, I've read the Unique's comment. I pasted it here after. Okay, let's see what else. Cora actually saw all the red flag and dived it. Yeah, that is true. She must have seen all the red flags, how the guy abandoned her in the club and how she was pushed on the street And she's any man that maltreats you like that, please don't give the person a second chance. Okay? There is no amount of roses that will make that person's mental health to be better. Any man that ruffles you, went out with the person pushed you out of the street and took the car home and abandoned you, that person will do worse once the person gets you into his home. There is no amount of gift they will give you to make that stop. It's not gonna stop. I'm gonna give you a classic example. We have our popular Davido and Chioma, the wife. How many times has Davido bought gift for Chioma for cheating? Has Davido stopped cheating? Ask yourself the question. There is no amount of gift. There is no amount of what Rose Royce or whatever that will stop the person from that character. The mental mind is going to tell the person, yeah, if you do that, buy her roses, buy her gifts, she's going to forget the pain and continue to put up with you. So if you don't want a man to treat you anyhow, start from day one in the relationship. These are my do's. The day you raise hand on me, that's the end of the relationship. I don't accept you calling me curse words. The way you curse me in a very derogatory way, that's the end of. Even if you're angry, you understand, make sure you don't use things to describe me. I can't handle it. If you do, that is the end of the conversation. Before you say you do, know where to draw the line. Start well so that you don't end 3 years into the down the lane. You said you can't tolerate it anymore because of the way the man treats you or the way the woman treats you. This is vice versa. All right. So let's see if there are other comments here. Okay. Nana said, Madam Oyoyo, in UK, information and background check is not that easy to find. Find information on individuals as per the US, okay? And remember, not many people know they can find information. I completely agree with you. Not everybody, no, if I say, like, not everybody, most people don't know they can find this information online. And that's why we have pages, channels where we talk about this information. We are passing the knowledge out there so that the young folks will get the hold of the information and do something with it. That's why we are here. I've been talking about it right from the very first day Korra them case started. After I read Korra's book, I came here to make red flags. I've talked about it several times. So we are passing information. If you did not know yesterday, if you're here today, now you know. You have the ability to go online and find out what is going on with the person before you even say I do. Do background check. It's very important. And Claudette said that Mr. Korra Obidi also told Korra that he was a qualified teacher. Korra was a teacher in the US. The man she has other qualification. The guy is just a user. Definitely. Oyoyo, for instance, okay, let me read another comment. For instance, you see how people can pay and get in for an Unicourt in the US. That is not the same in the UK. Wow. Information isn't that easy to retrieve in other countries in Europe. Are you serious? I went to download that Unicourt cases. They have, if you're downloading for businesses, they have different price you pay. If you're doing personal, they have different price you pay to download every information. Court cases, once the court cases are finalized, are public documents. Everybody have access to it. The ones that are not public documents are the cases that they sealed. If you hear that the court sealed a case in America, you cannot access that case until that particular file is unsealed. That's when you can access it. Apart from that, it's public information. Wow. Europe and their secrecy. Now, wow. I'm loving all the analysis. Well done, guys. Thank you, Joanne. Thank you. Yes, it's because Korra decided to stop giving him money. That's why. Obviously, that is the same thing we've been talking about here. Money was their main problem. One of the damage of a child being sexually assaulted is looking for the love from opposite sex, even with abuse and rejection. Yeah, you said it true. Korra in her book, she talked about how she was RAPE, and the guy in question was linked through her best friend when they went to a party. So what Temi said here is completely true. When a woman, has been damaged in that way, growing up as a young girl, you keep looking for love. It was it how she was molested by her lesson teacher. She talked all about that in her book. If you haven't read Korra's life, go get a copy. Then you'll be able to understand this her marriage situation, why the divorce, and everything in between. And again, I'm going to say this here again. When you get into a new relationship, if you're out there single and searching, or single, you have someone, please watch out what you tell that person. Because it might be sweet today doesn't mean it's going to be sweet forever. If that goes sour, the person is going to bring every information you've shared and start airing it, just like Mr. Korra Obidi did. Korra wrote about her past, the ugly side of her past, in the book, so that nobody can hold her against them. She stated everything at the point when she was dancing for people, going from one place in Dubai to the other, dancing for men. She wrote everything. So you can't say she did not say. She opened herself up as if she knew that her ex was going to make videos in the future about her. Everything Korra said in her video, the guy came reacting on on the things Korra said. So as you're dating, be careful the kind of information you share, because it could be used against you in the marriage. This one is not in the court, in the marriage. When the story is no longer stirring, when it's no longer sweet, the man might wake up, you silly thing, you her, you this, you that, because you've shared your past with him, those kind of past. There are some conversation you don't share. You don't. It's not everything you tell the person because of the feeling, I'm in love. No. It's not everything. If it doesn't sound sweet or good in your ears, or in your parents' ears, in your brother's ears, do not tell the man. If you know your brother is going to frown against that, yeah, use your brother as the judge this time. Do not share. Look at Korra. Mr. Korra Obidi did over 19 episodes of Tell It All, saying a manner of things about Korra. Both the truth and the lies, everything in between. So learn from that. I love learning from people's mistakes, so I don't fall into the category of being numbered in the statistics of those that made the same mistake. So learn from that is very, very important. Thank you, Ron. And it was nice talking with you all today. I have to go now. We need to keep Korra in our prayers. Thank you so much. God bless you. Real good, Ron M. I appreciate you. God bless you. All right. So where did I stop? Okay. Oh, all for health with Jane. Thank you for joining me today. It's been ages. How are you doing? How are you doing? All right. Yeah. Colorism. Colorism. Okay. Colorism is what? Is a big deal in America. Definitely is a big deal. Is a big deal. It's becoming a big thing in Africa too, with the bleaching by women and even now men. I say it. I just love you for that. Everybody is now using whitening cream. So it's a big deal. It's not just in America, it's also in Africa. You want them, they want to tone off the layers of their skin to get a lighter skin and all of that. And I'm gonna tell you my experience. When I gave birth and my daughter was not looking anything close like me, I started crying because I wanted them to at least look like me. Then when I gave her the second one still didn't look as light as I am. If you see my two kids, you're like, oh my goodness, if your gene or your gene is not strong at all. I didn't stand a chance in terms of their skin color. But they have my eyes, my eyebrows, my lips, my facial structure, but my skin color, they did not get that one. So that's my own gift. So it is true, it's happening in Africa, it's happening in Nigeria as well. All right, so Claudette said, if he is saying social media pays his bill, why did he recently say, and perhaps hoping if Facebook stopped monetizing videos, Korra will lose her home in 6 months? He has a bad mind. Hey, Facebook is not going to stop monetizing video, because if they do, they are going to lose a lot of content creators, because they will now move to YouTube and other social media platform that pays. So anybody thinking that is going to happen is not going to happen. Rather, they are going to better payment method and even monetize more countries to start making money from Facebook. So if that's Mr. Korra Obidi's thought and wish, is not going to happen, okay? Because this corporations, they're into competition with each other. Facebook is competing with YouTube. YouTube is competing with Facebook. So if Facebook thinks about it, removing monetization from people, all of them will move next to YouTube, and YouTube will be bigger than what it is. Imagine having all of the billions of people on Facebook pounds on YouTube. So they are not gonna do that, because they are making money from advertisers and they are making money from people promoting their business. So Facebook is there to make money, it's not there for charity. So they are not going to do that. Anybody thinking that or wishing that to happen so that Korra will be out of income, think another thing. Think again, it's not gonna happen. And the last time I checked, you're not Mark Zuckerberg. So stop wishing, it's not gonna happen. All right, and I said, oh, yo. So even though JD doesn't pay anything for the children, can he still file for the children? Korra pays for health, dental, and many more. Is she not entitled to file for children all by herself? See, JD might not be paying for the school fee because he had a problem with them going to private school. He wanted them to go to public school, and Korra said no. So you don't expect him to contribute money for that tuition. You want tuition for private, you go for it. That's what even the lawyers will tell you. But in terms of health insurance, they will have two health insurance because they have two parents. So they will have the one for Korra, and then Justin will have his own. If the kids are sick under his care, he's going to take them on his own health insurance, because Korra will not give the health insurance card to him. So it's expected that they do it that way. But if they are working together, you understand, the child can actually has one health insurance card. But the way they are going, I don't think they are working together. So I want to believe that Justin also will have health insurance on with the children on his own policy, include the children as beneficiaries so that they can use his card for hospital. But that I can't say for sure, because I don't know if he got for them. I don't know if the kids are sick with him, how he handles it. I don't know how he goes about it, so I can't say much. The thing about custody when it comes to America, they are looking, the number one thing when it across globe is the best interest of the children. And because 50-50 custody had worked for the most part for the American courts, they actually advocate for that. It kind of gives balance for the children, knowing that they have their father, they have their mother. The only thing different is that this particular situation, the adults in question, they are very toxic. They are not considering or being considerate about the children right now. So based on that, that's why they need to get back to the court, for the court to see what works best for the children. And they're going to, he might not be paying bills, but he's taking care of them, feeding. His pay stub can show proof that he has steady income. He's paying his rent or his mortgage. So those are the things they are going to consider. Does he have money to take care of the children when they are with him? Yes, he does. They can't take the children away from him. They can only take the children away from him if Korra can substantially prove that that stranger that came to their house to babysit for the children are really, I think they said the lady had been in prison. I don't know, that she's a felon. I don't know. So if Korra can prove those, and she was not allowed to be around children, if Korra can prove that that woman that, came to babysit for Mr. Korra Obidi and took the pictures of the children and did all of those videos of the children, if that woman had been banned by the court not to be around children, that's when the court will now start seeing that this man is not capable of protecting the children against this kind of human beings. And for that reason, they will start thinking about full custody in favor of Korra. But it needs to be proven. They need to certain that that is true, that the woman actually took those bad pictures and shared on WhatsApp, and the woman made videos of the children not fully dressed and shared. Or they need to prove the that particular offense, they need to prove it. And if that woman has a record, if he has a rap on her, that's the reason why the court will start determining this guy is not fit to be a parent. If he cannot protect the children from the kind of people he brings into his home. And also the one he just made mention, because I didn't watch that from Korra, I saw it from Mr. Korra Obidi's page, where he played a video that Korra said on her live stream that her daughter was placed on the lap of a male friend, and the male friend was fondling the child. If they can prove these two things I'm talking about, these two references, if the court can prove that those things happen against the children, these are the things the court will be looking at in determining if this man is fit to have custody of these children or not. Okay. Mr. Dean wished to be the head of family like it is done, but he's not married to Korra anymore. He is not financially responsible for the children. Korra is the breadwinner in their marriage. Okay, Korra was the breadwinner in their marriage. Financially, Mr. Korra Obidi is no longer financially responsible for Korra and the children when they are not with him. But when the children are with him, he's still financially responsible for their well-being, their feeding, the clothing, and every other thing that a child needs. And again, the kids are growing. Very soon they'll start getting engaging with a lot of activities beyond school. If you put them in swimming school, who pays? Because these people are not working together, this man might decide not to enroll the children on anything because he understands, I want to say he believes, right? But I can't say he believes because I'm not so sure. I want to believe that he would think, right, that Korra will register the children. She will want them to do ballet. She want them to learn how to swim, want them to do gymnastic, want them to do dance because she's a dancer. So if Korra wants those for the children and she plans to register the children, the man might oppose it. I don't want those for my children. And if they now argue back and forth, Korra said, well, I'm going to register them with or without you. He will just wash his hand off it so that he doesn't pay for those things. So now that's where the court will come in. If the kids are registered in these activities, for example, dance, swimming, ballet, the court is going to look into, put those things into consideration to determine how much will be supporting the person that has the children. So all of these will be put into consideration in determining the case. And that's why I like the system, the legal system, not because you said that after all, I did not agree to it. No, when you get back to the court will now make that decision for both of you. It's not like I did not subscribe to private school, so you food be. The court is there to review your cases and then determine for both of you. All right. Nana also said, yes, court documents are not public in the UK and Europe. Are you kidding me? They take GDPR very seriously. They don't divulge information in the public like that. On our own better now, right? On our own better now. Everything here is in the open. In the open. Okay, don't we all see red flags? Still give the benefit of a doubt. No. See, pass, hashtag passy. See, see red flags and give benefit of a doubt. No, there are some red flags you see. You don't need any benefit of a doubt. And I'm going to list few here. If you're still here, passy. If a man hits you while he was dating you, that is a complete no. There is no benefit of a doubt any second to give to that. If a man rains abuses on you, call you name, curse you out with derogatory words, that is something you should take so seriously. Okay? Then I would say if you don't tolerate somebody, farting where you are and the person farts, you understand? You might think, okay, that's a red flag. I don't like when a man farts around me. It's something you're going to deal with. So it determines on what you want. If you think you can deal with it, fine. Some people will let it be. After all, it's a call of nature, but some people will hold on it. I've been a case where a couple, The genesis of their problem is the way the man was brushing. The man said every time the wife is fighting fighting him, then they now went to seek for mediation. What was the problem? Every time he'll be brushing like this. That is not the real order of brush like this. That's not the way your teeth is set up, right? You're supposed to brush like this, but the man did not know any better. The parents did not teach him to brush like this. This is what he saw his parents did. And when they were helping him to brush as a child, they were brushing him like this. And that became a problem in the marriage, especially the fact that they did not spend time together in their dating, maybe sleepover and all of that, to know how you wake up in the morning to brush. So there are certain things that you see a red flag. For somebody like me, I really don't care if you brush like this or if you brush like this. So far the teeth is clean and the mouth smells good, that's all. But some people are very picky. So it depends on what you know you can handle, what you know you can tolerate, but the obvious are there. I'm giving an example. Kora and Mr. Korra Obidi, they went to a club in China. They had a problem because Kora saw another black dude that looks like her, a black person that looks like her. And the person was like, wow. And then they realized they both can speak English. Read the book, okay? That's where I got this information, not hearsay, from the book. So the person tried to then Mr. Korra Obidi came in defense. You're flirting with the person, blah, 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 blah. Altercation came. He pushed her, abandoned her in the club, and she had no car to go home and all of that. And it was raining and she had to figure her way out. When someone leaves you because of provocation, leaves you in, out there in the street, and you tell me it's not enough red flag, you give the person another chance, you're chancing your life and your peace of mind. Okay? That is the truth. There are some things you see in a relationship. You have to caution yourself. No matter how you love somebody. For example, if you happen to be an SS and you're so in love with this man, and the man now ran his own genotype and he's also an SS, will you still continue in that relationship and giving fate a chance that your children will come out AA? Come on. There is no benefit of a doubt in some of these things. Okay. Overheating kicked me. Oh. Okay, if you want to come back in, let me know. It's all manipulation tactics. Exactly. So nobody should come and tell me, no, giving benefit. Now, there are some situations you give benefit. Like I said, I don't care how you brush. It's not going to be a problem for me, right? But from that woman that came for mediation, that was a big problem. So from at that adult age of the husband, he started learning how to brush like this. So what was the decision? What was the advice? The mediation was like, you guys have to come to an understanding. You move an inch to the middle, he moves an inch to the middle, you guys will have an understanding. He's going to improve because the man said, okay, I'm going to start learning how to brush the way she wants. But at the same time, you have to cut him a slack because it's difficult for adults to change habits overnight. You have to understand this is how he was raised. And that's where understanding, communication comes in relationship and marriage. So I hope I've been able to clear one or two for you, passy. Facebook wouldn't want to lose advertisers. Of course, they don't ever think about closing Facebook. If they had wanted to close Facebook and all of that, when this American assembly, Senate were drilling Mark Zuckerberg and his team, that would have been the time for them to say, you know what, we are tired of answering these senators. We are just going to make Facebook come there and make friends and nothing more. And you're not going to insult anybody or comment on it. But they didn't remove anything. The only thing they did was to put in some robot to dictate when you're saying bad things or bad words or harsh words. That's what they did. Are they still in existence? They are. So anybody thinking otherwise? Wow, I have a lot of comments to read. When the kids are sick with him, he waits until they return to Kora and then she has to pay for them to be seen. Are you kidding me? This guy is so cheap. He's so cheap and he calls himself a doctor. Are you kidding? Is that what is playing out? That is so dangerous. That is dangerous, honestly. For 1 week, let's assume they came in, and then 2 days after they fall ill. 2 days after, that means they're gonna be with him for another 4 days, and then they'll be giving them Tylenol to subside the pain until they. Oh no, that's too cheap. That's too cheap. I will not agree that Korra is toxic. We all agree that she didn't bring this on social media, and all she has done for the last 2 years is defend herself, both in court and on social media. It is unfair to say she's toxic. We are all watching this unfold, and it's very painful what she's going through. It is very painful what she's going through. It is indeed very painful. I agree with you. Okay. I agree with you. What you said is very painful. But when you look at it, you understand. You might also say some behavior that you see from Korra, you can also categorize that to be toxic. Nobody here is a saint, both Korra and Justin. There are no saints in this situation. There are no saints. Justin brought it to social media. Justin kept fueling it. Korra has been defending herself. That I know. But in defending herself, how is that defense going? Because, like I said, all those videos are going to be scrutinized deeply by legal people. And they're going to find out words that were said in those videos, whether you're defending yourself or you call it not defending yourself. They're going to find out what constitutes what and what does not constitute what. You understand? So I'm leaving it at that for them to make those determinations. All right. The baby did. It was when he had them, and he did not take the baby to the doctor. Korra did. Wow. Wow. That is very risky. It's very risky. Korra never said the friends fondled the child, but she said that that was not an appropriate behavior for the girls to be sitting on the stranger's lap. Okay, you see, I did not watch that from Korra, but from Mr. Korra Obidi, those were the words he used. He said my friend fondled our child. Those were his exact word he used on his video. The video is a day old now, so you can go check it out. I think it's titled Clearing All the Lies. One thing on my own analysis that Korra knew what she was committing herself into, but that she never knew it would drag that way. Joe, I wouldn't say she knew what she was committing herself to, but the thing I would say I know, Korra was running away from Nigerians as husband because she felt that with her lifestyle, that an Oyibo person will understand it better because they are more exposed, they don't have all this culture thing our people do. So that's the angle Korra was going away from. Okay. And will Korra still marry another white man tomorrow? Oh, very obvious. Korra will still marry another white man tomorrow. Okay. She has no problem with the race, but she has a problem with this man. So I wouldn't say she saw it all, but the thing is that she was not paying attention to the red flags. She was not paying attention. And to be honest with you, as a young girl, you felt we are done with Nigeria. You moved to China because your family said you must do masters and encourage you to go and do it. Not that is what you wanted to do, because they felt the career you chose for yourself does not represent what you should do. Korra has been dancing way back from the universities. So she went to study economics. You can see the contradiction between what she's doing now and where she was headed. And I think her first degree, I can't remember whether it was psychology. I will go back to the book and make reference to that. So she was seeing it, okay, now this guy said he knows a lot of people in Hollywood. This guy might be the way to Hollywood. It might be the way to Grammy. It might be the way. So she was looking at the future and not paying attention of the immediate, what was happening at the time, how the guy was treating you, the kind of words the guy was using on you. Those were the things she did not pay attention to. In my house, as a family, there are words we don't say in my house. There are words. Even my children will caution you that is an adult. If by mistake you say those words, they will tell you, Mommy, that's a curse word. You don't say it. So that's the education I'm giving my children, because the society where we live, those things are not seen and anything. The president say it. Even some priests, they say it. So it's not a big deal. But when a man starts using such words on you and you think it's just the way they behave, is their nature, is their culture. No. Somebody who truly appreciates you will not use those negative words on you. And someone who truly cares about you will not drop you off, leave you off in a club for people to devour. So those are the red flags I was seeing. But I guess she did not consider them. She said, anyway, by the time we get to America, it's going to be all different. No, people don't change, especially adults. All right, so let's see what else. Jealous lover is a no-no. Exactly, exactly. Piper said, passy, we do see red flags and hope things will change along the way. No, there are some red flags you don't hope anything will change. There was a person I was counseling in the past when she was going through, and I said, I've known you guys for years. I want to ask you this question. When you were dating, how was it like? Did this guy ever hit you? She said yes. And what did you do? And what did you do? I forgave him. Guess what? 3 years into the marriage, before 3 years, the girl was a punching bag. Every small provocation, boom, on the child, on the girl. Where are they today? They are no longer together. Because everybody, we all have limits. What you can tolerate, what you can accept, what you can allow. So if someone hits you in a relationship, take that word from me, it's going to hit you in marriage. Marriage doesn't change people. You, the person in the marriage, is what changes the order. Your communication gap, close it. Make sure you talk all the time. And if you guys are having effective communication, that's when the change will come. Don't think because he's not answering Mrs. or Mr. in the marriage, a change will come. No. It's the individual. When you have positive thing to add to another, that's when change comes. If you have negative thing to add to another negative change will happen. Is it that the person start dancing to your tone and become as negative as you are, or the person switches a little bit and become as positive as you are? Is the character that you guys infuse, the behavior you infuse in the marriage is what brings change. All right, guys, let me see if I have any other things to read today. Her first degree was in business. Okay, first business and education. Okay, and then she went to do economics. Okay. Oh, yeah, that incident where he pushed her into the bushes in the US and not in China. Okay, just clarifying that. Okay, yeah, the one in China, he abandoned her in a club in China. That's what happened in China. He left her in a club because Korra met a black dude in the club, somebody that speaks English, somebody that looks like her, and the person was changing pleasantries. This guy got so angry and then abandoned her in the club and went home. And it was raining. Anyways, so Cora had loved him so much, so she overlooked everything that was in front of her. Hi! God, let's be learning from this. So at least there's something to learn. As you're loving and over loving, also make sure your head is also doing the math and doing the calculation. Marriage is a journey. It's not something you enter today, it ends today. It's a journey. And within that journey, you have to keep the communication alive. And you have to keep talking. You have to keep appreciating each other, not always negative things. No, it's going to tear the marriage down before you even say Jack Robinson is over. All right. So what else? Let's see if I'm missing anyone. And because guys, I've been talking for 3 hours and it's not easy talking. Okay, Piper said he's not only allowing them to remain sick so she can spend money, but also to have a trail on the children being sick. Okay, this could be a good reason. This could be a good reason. Have a trail, yeah. That they always sick when they're with her. You know that kind of statement. But the thing is, you don't just fall sick overnight. That's why I like science. So if that's the game plan, it's still not going to work. Why am I saying this? If you go to hospital, if you take a child to the hospital, you're complaining of stomach ache, and you take the child to the hospital, the doctor, first thing the doctor will ask you, when did you notice the pain? You say it started yesterday, or I've been observing it for a week now. For if it started yesterday, then obviously the child came back with the pain, And then if the child can talk, that's why I like American doctors. If the child can talk, they are not going to be asking you a question. They will ask the patient, can you tell us what is going on? It's happening this place, that place, and they will be monitoring. When do you start feeling the pain? I felt the pain yesterday at school when I was playing, or yesterday when we went to church, or I felt that I think it was yes. They are going to be asking the child those questions. So I love science. They are going to use science to determine all of this. So if that is his game plan for not taking his children, it's really difficult for me to believe that he's doing that. Is really extremely difficult. As I'm talking about it, it's extremely difficult for me to believe that he will not care for them when they are sick in his home because he wants them to go to the mother. It's either he doesn't have health insurance card that will cover the children. Maybe that's because if you do, there is no reason why you should wait until they get to their mother to see the doctor. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So, my beautiful, beautiful people, it's been a conversation today. It's been an interesting conversation. And I want to appreciate all of you for joining me today. For all of you that shared my video today, God bless you guys real good. For all of you that contributed today to this live stream, thank you for your very, very brilliant analysis on the comment section. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for those that like this video, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing. And for those that followed on this video, if you're following me because you watched this video, thank you for doing that. If you subscribe to my channel based on this video, thank you for doing that. I want to appreciate all of you for joining me on today's conversation because we'll keep talking about this in a very positive way, very constructive way, so that people can learn one or two things and also correct some impressions that are put out there, okay? When you're the one that is constituting the problem, make sure you're willing to accept your responsibility and know that, yes, I brought this upon myself. This is what I did, and I want to make correction. If Mr. Korra Obidi can tell himself the truth on how to go around turning his business around, let him start by telling himself the truth. Not only that I brought this girl to America, see the monster I've created. No, you brought the whole catastrophe on yourself on social media. And he can just acknowledge that, okay, guys, I brought it to social media. I want to correct it. From this day onwards, I'm not going to be talking about my ex. I want to focus on me and the children. That is the next step to healing. Accepting your problems, recognizing them, accepting them, then you have started the journey. He can still get his business running. The world forget very quickly because, we all have our different problems. We have our different things we are going through as well in life. So people don't carry something on social media so dear to heart or so hold so tight. He can start now to make these changes by stop talking about his ex. Let Mr. Korra Obidi make this the center of his conversation on social media on him, his business, and positive remarks about the children. This period in America is graduation, okay? It's graduation period. I don't know, their daughter was, I think the daughter is still 4 years old. So it means that the child is going through kindergarten, okay? They celebrate children's milestone. If there is anything you want to talk about your children, talk about their positive achievement. That's worth discussing. It could be that the child was able to stand on the stage to do a presentation. It's a milestone. Mr. Korra Obidi, stop talking about your ex. It simply means you have not moved an inch from the day you left her. You're still stuck with her. Talk about the positive milestone of your children. Are they learning to swim? Can they swim now? Guys, today I'm here to tell you that my kids are now excellent in the water. They can survive. They've learned the skill. Those are the things the world want to hear. The world are not interested in hearing that your child is twerking, because that's how the child was baited. You were the one doing the filming when Korra was doing her dance. So you people had that agreement to grow that twerking business together. So don't think the world forgot where you were defending all the twerking, all the dance, and all the nudity. Don't think the world had forgotten. We still remember. So talk about the positive milestone of your children. Can they be able to hold, write a sentence, write a story? Talk about those. And then talk about your business. When I mean talk about your business, start today to discuss your business. Don't make Korra center of your discussion. With that, give yourself 3 months. You find out that if anybody goes to your page, you're talking about your business every day, 30 days in a month, 31 days in a month, and you do that for, consistently for 90 days, you have new set of followers that will genuinely love you. And that's how you start shaping the landscape of your business. Don't go back saying this girl and her millions, they destroyed your business, and you're still there talking about her. Make the change while you still have time. Make the change. Okay? I want to appreciate all of you. I am tired. I need to go and drink some more tea. I say, women, we need to remember we can tolerate the physical and emotional abuse, but the kids cannot. You ending up affecting the next generation. I think I will close with that. You end up affecting the next generation. Let's look at what I say. It's a Tina Isoham family. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you. Thank you. You guys should please like this live stream as you come in. Share if you can. We are rounding up actually. So I say, women, we need to remember we can tolerate physical and emotional abuse, but the children, the kids cannot. You end up affecting the next generation, and that is true. Okay, let me give an example. Korra was abused as a child. She was RAP as a young girl in college. Give me 1 second, my daughter just came in. Sorry guys, sorry about that. I'm rounding up anyways. So what I'm saying, Korra went through all of those as a young girl and as a child. So she will be very careful when strangers are with her girls. So when you see her react, if strangers are carrying her girls on their laps, she's already thinking about what could happen if care is not taken because of what happened to her as a child. So when you see her behaving that way, she's trying to prevent that from continuing. I'm just trying to use this, I say it analysis here. So if Korra is screaming and shouting and crying out, I do not want strangers carrying my daughters on their laps, she's trying to stop that abuse with her so that it doesn't affect her next generation, her children. As a woman, as a grown adult, we have our tolerance level. I cannot tolerate pain, maybe you can. So I know my limit, I know what I can handle, and I try to work within that so that my emotion will not be destroyed, so that I can have my mental health intact. I don't want what I went through to happen to my children. And that's what the whole thing I say it here is talking. We should not leave that to continue to happen. For the fact that we can tolerate abuse, we can tolerate emotional one, physical and all of that. Don't normalize it as the way life should be. Put a stop to it if possible. If it can end with you, end it with you. Don't let your children see it as the right thing to do, way of life. Don't let that vicious cycle continue to happen to the next generation. All right. All right. I want to have sorry to say, but a lot of fathers are naive about years and vulnerability of their daughters. Exactly. SA means, sexual abuse, okay? And that is the truth. So I say it is saying for facts. Some fathers, they have no idea. Their thought is entirely different from what the mothers are thinking. Like I told you guys, because of our conversation today, when my kids were doing daycare, if they come back, I have to make sure I ask this question. I have to do body exam to make sure nothing went wrong. I'm doing that because I'm a mother. As far as the man is concerned, oh, the kids are back from school. Okay, are they having a bath? Okay, that. But for a woman, you go beyond just, okay, how was your day? When you went to pee, who took you to the bathroom? How did he go? Can you tell me? We want to find out more information. So he is very. I say it is very right in saying that that is true. Fathers don't pay those close attention that mothers do. So when you hear Korra scream, I do not appreciate strangers carrying my daughters on their lap. She's showing concern as a mother. And also, she's doubling it up as a mother who was abused as a child. So she's being overprotective because she doesn't want anything to happen to her beautiful children. Having said that, I want to appreciate all of you for joining me today on Oyoyo Saturday live stream. Thank you guys for being here on my live. I really appreciate all of you. And I'm most grateful for your conversation. The comment section was exceptionally brilliant today. It was a very research analysis coming from professional point of views. I want to appreciate my audience for their input. I don't take you guys for granted. Your time is valued, your time is appreciated, your time is cherished. Thank you for joining me today on discussing Justin Korra Obidi ready for court, and Korra having two lawyers, and they swung into action for the case. They are researching, they are collecting their data, their evidences to start court processes. Guys, thank you immensely. All of you. I appreciate all of you. I will see you guys in my next live stream. When, I don't know. If possible, I will get back to doing my evening live streams every 5 p.m. American time, not American, Central American time. Okay. I will start it again, but I'm not sure because the summer is on us. The weather is beautiful. I get to spend some more time outside with my kids. But I'm going to try. If you see me live tomorrow, join as well in the conversation. Anytime I have ample opportunity, I'm going to squeeze out time. And don't let the conversation stop here. Okay, let the conversation begin in the comment section. If you're coming across this video for the first time, my name is still Oyoyo. I'm not sure I introduced myself in the beginning. So my name is Oyoyo. Here at Oyoyo's page and Oyoyo's channel on YouTube, we keep it very constructive. We come here with facts to discuss our cases, and we come here to enlighten our audience, and also for young folks out there to learn one or two from the mistakes that people of our generation are making. We want to stop the mistake. Let it not start with you. End it with those that already shared their story. Learn from their mistakes, learn from what has happened to them, and then know how to protect yourself, your family, and your loved ones. Until I see you guys in my next live stream. The weather is warm out there. Go have fun. If you live overseas, this is summer. Go get some sun, okay? Get some vitamin D, get some fresh air, take a walk if you're lonely, and then meet your friends if you're alone, have some discussion with people, and let us find a way to have less stress and more quality life. Till I see you guys in my next one, be blessed, all of you. Bye, everyone.